So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Happy Sunday. Massalorian, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, Tony. How are you?
Doing swell. Sorry, guys, we're a couple minutes late. We were just chatting because we hadn't talked in a week or so. And all of a sudden I realized it's 9:34. Let's just talk on camera.
Yes.
Let's do it live.
How you doing?
You know what? For some godforsaken reason. Oh, I know why I'm tired. I was going to say I'm tired. I was thinking I woke up early, but that was the day before. Last night I was streaming till like 3 a.m.
Oh, you were?
Maybe 2:30. I forget.
Okay, I thought I was reading that wrong. I saw this morning that it said you had clicked off like 4 hours ago. That was it's like 7. I'm like, that can't be right. It was.
No,
you went that late? Okay.
That was correct. Yep.
Awesome.
All right, we got a lot of tickers that I know people are asking questions about. So get your questions ready, you guys. I'll try and throw them up in the saved chat so I can bring them back up on Restream. If we miss your question, feel free to re-ask it. Just don't spam the chat. Remember, this is just casual late night stock talk. We're probably going to have a drink. If you don't like seeing grown men, if you don't like seeing grown men talk stocks and have a little sip of alcohol, this might not be the grown man's channel for you. Go back and check the kiddie stations. Let's say hello to some friends, Massalorian.
You want me to start off? I will start off. What's up, G Immortal, KYP, good evening, darling son, Ron Sampson, Mike, Doc Zeno, Scott K. Tendy time. What's going on, big country? Let's see. Apes Blazing does stuff. Christian Princess, PDX Dave, Old Doge, Oklahoma Sasquatch. Man, I'm trying to catch up here. Let's see. Alan, good evening. Shin, Real Rugged, Dufranes, and 1111, Mr. Simon. Donde está, my friend? Donde está?
I see JG Muffman. I like that one. Walker's World. Chris Kralichek. Hopefully I said that last name correct. Shad, good evening. Ellie, Maggie, good evening to you. Ron, Angelina, thank you for helping out mod tonight. Chad Clifford got timed out. What happened to Chad? The mod smacked you, Chad. I can't even see his message.
I didn't see Chad.
At any rate, all are welcome, guys. All opinions are welcome. Mods go easy, unless someone's being, obvious trolling behavior, like repeating the same message over and over, or being rude to people in the chat, racism, religious bigotry, stuff like that. Kick them out. Other than that, let them say whatever they want. We don't care.
Are we having religious bigotry? I didn't even know that was a subject.
Oh yeah, I mean they. There's one guy that is always in KC's live streams during the day, and he changes his name every time he gets booted out.
What's he talking about?
I don't want to go into it.
Okay.
I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
It's religious bigotry.
Okay.
About the people that run the banks and the financial system. Use your imagination.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we don't engage with any of that nonsense. Oh no, Chad's good, he said. Oh, he spoke his mind about the Cowboys, he said.
Oh man, my Cowboys got beat, but I dropped. I'm looking at the leaderboard, Massalorian. I dropped from first place down to third.
Yeah, you tore it up week 1. Woof.
Sammy pulled ahead of me. Sammy, do you know Sammy Smith? He's in my Discord also.
Yeah, he's yes. So who's in the top right now? Sammy number
I'm gonna put it up on my screen here so
Oh
everybody
yeah,
can see
I
it.
haven't seen it. I had like literally a half an hour in between uploading the video and jumping on here to eat and check the scores, and
This is
Tony's drinking out of a horn.
might be kind of hard to see.
Oh yeah, shit. Let me open it up a little wider. Okay, now I can see it.
That,
There we
that's
go.
a little better.
Oh geez, Mass, come on. What in the fuck? 9?
You're only like 15 points behind me. I mean, you could easily.
No, that's yeah. But oh, I caught up about 5 points this week behind you.
You moved up
You
pretty
up
good.
30. Okay, I'll take it. We got 2 more weeks, but you had one hell of a first week, man. You just nailed every position.
Rocketed to number 1 out of the blue.
Yeah, and you missed the first game. You didn't even have the option of those players. God damn! I'm like this.
Beginner's
I'm like,
luck.
my one friend that's in the league that knows nothing about football is in first place with 14
Now,
other guys, like statisticians.
You're being incorrect there. I never said I don't know anything about football.
That's true.
I said this was my first time to do a fantasy football league.
Fantasy. Yes, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Let me clarify. Fantasy football league. And I'm like, man, for a guy who doesn't know anything about fantasy, Tony knocked it out of the park. Wow. Good for him. Shit. I mean, he wailed on me by like 40 points, 50 points. I thought I knew what I was doing. But no. Most of the guys in from our community were ahead of me. They probably still are, right? Oh man, it was a bad day today for me. Mahomes going down the first half. It was bad.
I really needed the Cowboys to win, but it wasn't too bad. I'm still in the top 5. So.
Oh yeah, you're doing fine. You're doing very good. I wouldn't be complaining if I was in your spot at all. I'll switch any day. Any day.
All right. I see we got to talk about Tesla. I see someone's asking about Tesla Semi. We'll get to Tesla at some point tonight. I don't have a lot of thoughts about Tesla Semi, only because I haven't looked into it a whole lot other than reading press releases.
Has there been some new news that I don't know about the Semi?
I think they're no. I don't know. I'll have to pull up the news. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up while we're chatting.
Sure.
But I do own Tesla.
How long have you had Tesla for?
I just started buying it again a couple weeks ago. When it, I can put the chart up. The daily chart on Tesla. I have my these were my buy-in window that I drew in here way back when.
Okay.
Remember, it got all the way up to 400 or 1200 before the split, and I said I sold on that run up, and I said I'm going to wait for it to bottom out, and I've been waiting a year to buy in Tesla. So I grabbed some. I think I bought it twice between 101 and 140 ish.
What are you looking for next point of resistance?
I have my. I don't think it'll go below $67, but I'm prepared for it to go down to the mid 60s. If it does, the lower it gets, the more I'll buy. But it's in my buy range right now for 5-year hold.
5-year hold. Okay, you're not trying to swing it.
No, I mean if it pops up, if it goes up 100% in the next year, that'd be cool. I'll probably sell some of it, but this is one of those stocks that I just buy and wait for the next really good run up, however long it takes. I got lucky back in 2021. I only had to hold it for about 6 months, and I bought it way down here in the early part of the year.
Yep.
And it just took off. So it's been a long wait. I'm glad to be back in it.
So I know by the way, my buddy was asking me the other day, have you heard any updates at all about delivery? Any deliveries on the Cybertruck, or any new news, like when production is supposed to begin, or
no?
When trucks come out in the line?
I need to do. I should just do that this week. A fresh deep dive on Tesla. Looking into all the production cutbacks they've been doing in China, and the pricing. The price reductions, and I need to refresh myself as an investor now. I should know more about the Tesla Semi and the Cybertruck and where all those are at, but they're not on my top of mind because I'm not researching that right now.
And
but
so many other things going on.
Yeah, I should. I keep on getting distracted with penny stocks that people are asking me about, like Genius and WISA or WISA or however the fuck you say it.
WISA. Wizza. Who got the whizzes?
I'll be right back. Man. I got to go take a WISA.
Wizza. I guess that what was the story with that? It used to be $100 share company when the float was tiny, right? Way back when, and they had a couple splits.
I looked into them a little bit.
What's its backstory? Yeah,
I looked into them a little bit today. I did not go all the way back. I was just looking at the recent 12-month financials, and I listened to one guy do a mediocre interview with the CEO today. He, by the way, I don't know if you heard that, he advised the CEO, don't do a reverse split. I think you can get over to over $1 organically. I would advise you not to do a reverse split. I'm like, dude doesn't even know that this company has a second violation from the exchange for being under 10 cents for 10 days. And that's right. They are, it's not just that they're under $1. They are on the fucking edge of the cliff, about to be pushed off if they don't do something. And it's not because they're under $1. Like, no, the life raft is sinking right now.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
The CEO basically told them, well, thanks for that, but no, we're voting on Tuesday and we're going to do a reverse split.
It's going.
That is what I heard the CEO say.
Guaranteed. Oh yes. He is. They have no choice. No choice. Yeah. So just be. But, I mean, geez.
So I mean the financials right now are a hot mess. The company on their last 10Q Massalorian, they had 3 months of cash left, but they just.
When was the last time they turned a profit?
I don't even remember. I only looked back. Right? I only looked back at the last year, but they did just do a $7.5 million offering. So I'm assuming that in the next 10Q they'll show some new cash in the balance sheet. But from what the CEO said in the interview, the nice part of the interview is he said that they have some new products coming out later this year. So maybe after the reverse split's not going to change anything for this company. The financials are still a wreck. So if it pops up, it's probably going to keep on going right back down after that, because there's no material fundamental improvements at the company.
Right.
So, I mean, if you want a really cheap company that is in the wireless speaker space, that might be one to think about after it splits and drops back down. As far as run-ups this week, well, if these guys keep on talking it up on YouTube, no telling what will happen in pre-market on Monday.
Yeah.
But I think once that they have a meeting on Tuesday afternoon to vote on the reverse split, and once that passes, I think they'll push it through pretty quick. So you'll want to be out. You'll want to be out by then, and then wait for it to drop down.
That's what I heard, right? They were having a call on Tuesday, and that's when they would say, yep, that's what I heard. Okay, so that's all legit. Good to know.
Steven says, Tony, are you interested in credentials, CFP? I keep on toying with the idea. I work for myself. I'm not really looking to get a corporate job back in finance or being someone's financial planner. But I have been toying with the idea, just for fun, call me a glutton for punishment, of getting my master's in finance and doing the CFA exam. But do I really want to spend $20,000, $30,000 on a master's degree if I'm not going to put it to use working for someone? So maybe it speeds up my due diligence by 30% for YouTube. Is that really worth it?
Right.
But I'm thinking about it.
The money you have to spend. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. If some university, Harvard Extension, wants to sponsor the channel, Harvard Extension University.
Harvard Extension.
I'll knock out that master's in finance. I took the GMAT when I was finishing up my corporate career. I took the GMAT and I was just about to, and I did well on it. I was just about to enroll and go get my MBA to move up into a director or VP job at my company.
Okay.
It's kind of like a requirement. And my company would have paid for that MBA. That would have been like a $50,000 gift, but instead I decided to walk away. So that's as far as I got on getting my master's degree. I took the GMAT. I was hungover when I went in and did it, got there a few minutes late, still scored good enough to get into UT's MBA program.
Nice.
But
Wow.
but I never pulled the trigger, and I just didn't want to pay for it myself. It's freaking expensive. I don't know. It might be $100,000 now to go to UT for the MBA.
So how much more time would you have to go back to get your degree? How much would it take you to finish?
You can do an online MBA if you crank it out in a year, but normally it's 2 years.
Right. Okay. Expensive, I would assume. But yeah, I mean, is the risk worth it? Not the risk, but the, I guess, how much you're going to have to pay for the reward, right?
Yeah, I don't mind the time and the book reading. I enjoy learning, as you know.
It's the money.
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Right.
Even if I had letters behind my name, Massalorian, there'd still be people saying, but he did acting 12 years ago. You can't believe him.
He did. He did crisis acting. Right.
He has a beer when he's live streaming. You can't believe him. CFA, NBA, doesn't matter. You know, I see Peter Hahn, you know, he's a CFA. He's getting trolled all the time too. Like, what the fuck? Nobody cares about anything. Just be right is really what matters. Be right. Be honest and be right.
Yep.
And so I don't know. We'll see, guys. We'll see.
I had 3 beers before in between videos, in between the video upload and coming on tonight. So I'm sorry. I did have a couple with dinner. So if I'm seeing a little tired, I had a couple of brews and I'm finished my last one right now. I'm not having any more. So I need something to wash down my dinner with. Tea. I did eat too.
All right. Dan says, Tony, are you ready to see ape rip faces off this week? I'm ready to see the entire market rip faces off. Who's drinking out of a juice box? Weirdo Shrines. Are you drinking out of a juice box, Massalorian?
No, you're drinking out of a horn, though. No, I'm drinking PBR.
I'm drinking out of a real...
Yeah.
I forget which animal this came out of. This is real bone.
It looks like some type of cow, right? A steer?
Maybe let's call it
bull?
A Viking elk from the mountains in Sweden.
I think elk is a lot more eccentric, but okay.
just making shit up.
Hey, that sounds good. Viking elk. I'll go.
Hey,
with that.
so did you see that Avatar 2 hit over 2 billion now?
Yes. I'm very excited. I'm very happy with those numbers, man. I really am. It's going to keep going. I mean, we could be looking at like a 2.25 by the time, if this runs to February vacation, there's a good chance we could get up to almost $2.5 billion. And that would be just a nice boost of cash infused into the theater industry. I would love to see that. I really would. We need it. God knows we need it.
Lucy says she took the Series 7 and flew to New York to take the final test, but I decided to stay in real estate. Yeah, I've looked at the Series 7 too. I'm a pretty good test taker. I know I'd have to study for all of these, but it's just a matter of how useful in real life is it going to be for me if I don't plan on going into that industry.
Yeah. Yes.
I saw someone that had a comment about the protest. I'm just going to repeat what I've been saying. We're not going to talk a lot about the protest tonight, but maybe Massalorian wants to. I support anybody's right to protest whatever the fuck you want and say whatever you want. And I do not believe that protest or lawsuits are going to get a stock delisted. I think that is a bunch of Lou nonsense. And almost everything that comes out of his mouth is nonsense. Companies get sued all the time. Protests happen all the time. Picket lines happen all the time. You don't see companies getting delisted because people are exercising their constitutional rights. So I just hope that they are peaceful and that, you know, I understand people have concerns about bad actors, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, what really does my opinion matter? Because they got the permits, they're going. Me talking against it or for it on YouTube is not going to change anything at this point. And I support choice always. And no matter whether we're talking protest, DRS, buy, sell, hold, you guys always have a choice. And I support people's right to choice. I live in America, not communist China. What do you got to say, Mess?
Just understand. I don't think this is aimed at AMC or Adam Aaron necessarily. So
not supposed to be.
No, not at all. Like this,
it's the SEC
nothing
protest.
really to do with it. Yeah, this is about rules and regulations, penalties, transparency, oversight, legislation. This is about way more than just the stock itself. So, I don't want Adam Aaron or the board or anyone at AMC to think that this is aimed towards them, because that's not the way I'm looking at this. This is aimed towards the overseers, the people supposed to be regulating the market, who aren't doing their job. And if we can get a little bit of some notice on mainstream media, national media, whatever the case may be, I think it's better than just spending the time making a couple videos. So I'm trying to go for it. So I'm gonna try to get down there. I already booked a hotel. I'm gonna go as cheap as I can and just try to get down there and make sure I document it. It's another thing. I want to make sure, for those people who are nervous about something to go wrong, like I said earlier in my video, there have been hundreds of protests, hundreds and hundreds in DC since just going back to 2000. And how many times have things broken out of control? And I think most of us are civilized enough to be able just to keep our hands to ourselves and, make sure that we're seen out there, and maybe we get picked up and cause a little ruckus. I just wish the regulators would do a little more. And if this helps to get their eyes back focused on protecting the retail investor, then for me, it's worth the 3 days. That's all. Simple as that.
How far is the drive for you to DC?
I would probably take the train. It would be about 6.5 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I would probably jump on the Acela, the train down, because I got the hotel for Thursday. So I would probably hop on the train from Providence Station. It'd be about 6 hours, I think. Not bad.
I thought everything was close by up there.
DC is not that close. That's mid-Atlantic. I mean, I'm still in New England technically. And once you get past down by the BWI, you're in like the mid-Atlantic. Nothing's close anymore. It's a far ride. It's a drive.
And so I saw you put a video out this afternoon. Were you talking about yourself going to the protest? Is that what it was about?
Yeah, just saying that, I just think that there's time. It's time to wake some people up and hopefully, get the conversation started. At least maybe we can get a conversation started, whether it's in the halls of Congress or at the SEC itself. If we get some airtime on mainstream media, especially if it's national, I'm hoping that it's national, but if it's not, whatever the case may be, I just, it's been 2 years. I'm tired of sitting around. I want a fair market, and I've seen a lot of things get accomplished in the last couple of years through protest and peaceful protests. Like I've seen a lot of people have peaceful protests and not have any issues. So I don't think that necessarily pre-thinking that beforehand is necessarily smart, or that you even should be thinking that way. I think this community is there's a lot of smart people who are invested money in the stock market, and we know how to behave. I think most of us know how to behave. That's all.
LGBM says we shall soon drink out of Mayo Man's skull. Yeah, I've been looking. Don't think I haven't, for a human skull that has been properly treated, to turn it into a beer stein. But I don't know if that's legal. But if I could find one, I sure would buy it.
You wouldn't drink out of it, would you? A human skull? No.
If it had been properly treated, absolutely.
You would? Oh my God,
Absolutely.
I couldn't do that. No way. Get out of here. No way.
I have my
What do
little
you mean?
ceramic one. You've seen that one, right? The little
I've seen
black
that one. Yeah.
ceramic one.
Yes. Yeah. I like that one. Yeah. Halloween one. I remember.
Hey, Animal says, Tony, are you getting out of 8 before Tuesday? No, I was talking about if I decide, or if anyone's getting into WISA, WISA, and pre-market on Monday, they have that shareholder meeting on Tuesday to vote on the reverse split. And I would imagine that they'll probably push that reverse split through pretty quick right after it passes, because they're on their final warning from the exchange, not for being under $1, but a second warning
Under 10 cents.
with imminent delisting. They were ready to delist them last week, and they asked for an appeal hearing. So they have 1 foot out the door of the exchange. There's no 180 days. This is hair on fire emergency meeting on Tuesday. They will reverse split, or they will drop down to the pink sheets. That's going to happen. So I think the reverse split's a foregone conclusion at this point. So if you're trading it, just keep that in the back of your mind. Nothing is fundamentally going to change with the company. It's already in a free fall, and it'll probably free fall continued from a higher price after the reverse split until later this year, when they get some new sales, new revenue coming in. So yeah, I'm not making any changes on AMC and APE. We haven't seen a proxy statement yet. There's no reason for me to take any action on those other than watch the fireworks. This first quarter's starting out pretty well, and we got a bunch of good movies about to start hitting for February.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I thought I was gonna hate the trailer for Quantumania, the Ant-Man movie, and because I haven't liked the last couple Marvel movies, but that actually looks really good to me for some reason, and it looks, I don't know, it looks different than the last couple Marvel trailers that I've seen. I don't know what's different about it. It just looked better. The CGI, everything looked better.
Yeah, I've seen the previews for it, and it's on my list of stuff I want to go see for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it looks really good.
Cocaine Bear's coming up. Has anybody seen Plane yet? We're gonna go try and see that this week. I told Scarlett tonight we're going to 2 movies this week, because she still has not seen Avatar because of her accident. So we're gonna try and knock out my second viewing and get her in Avatar, and then also see Plane
with Gerard Butler.
Yep.
By the way, have you heard of that movie, The Whale, that Brendan Fraser won the award for? Have you?
Yeah.
Do you know what it's about by any chance?
It's about a very overweight gentleman who has. I mean, Steven's seen it. Maybe he could tell us, but I gather that it's a somewhat sad, sobering movie of this guy regretting a lot of the life choices he's made, and he realizes his health is in decline, and he's trying to repair his relationship with his daughter before he succumbs to the disease of obesity. So I think Steven said, Brandon Fraser did a good performance, but that could be a difficult movie maybe for a lot of people to watch unless you're really into good performances.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like it's very sad, right? Yeah.
Steven, let us know. Was it sad? KC Shaw, what's up, buddy? I guess KC won the poker tournament. They were playing poker over on KC's Discord and live streaming it on Mediocre's YouTube channel tonight.
Is that where it was on? Okay. Yeah. I thought I saw it pop up on my queue when I was uploading my video. Okay. KC won. How many people were in the tournament? How many guys did you have?
It was just, I think it was Sunday night casual play. They had like about 6 people playing.
No, that must be fun. I'd like to do that. I'd like to play poker. Not this weekend, but
9, he says. 9. They started with 9.
9. Oh. What's the max you can have, Casey, in a game? How many guys can play at a table? Bildo the Dull Bull says, Massalorian, do you actively ignore questions? No, I don't have the questions. Nummy nuts. Tony's got control of them.
Who was it that said that?
I don't know. Somebody just, I don't even remember now. Oh. Yeah. I don't have control of it, bro. If you put it up again,
if I'm looking at the camera, I can't be reading the chat, and I don't like spending the whole live stream doing this because that's really annoying. So if you see me here looking at you, I can't read your questions, but I do try and scan them. And when I'm looking over here, I'm looking for some questions to pop up. But no, we're not actively ignoring anything. We're just not we're not glued to the questions. I don't know many YouTubers that are. I don't know why the expectations are always so high on people that are trying to chat with you, be engaged with the camera. And when you're talking about a subject, you don't just stop and, this really important guy asked a question. Stop what we're talking about. Let's address his question. So we'll just ask your patience. And if we miss your question in a minute or two, feel free to repeat it. And we'll hopefully catch it the second or third time.
And if you're lucky,
all right. Is that a deal? Also, it's got to be an interesting question. Yes. Thank you, Andrew. Or who said that? Anubis. It's got to be a good question.
Guys, I can't see the chat on my side or pull it up on my side. I can see just on the screen. So if it's not popping up, let me see if I put the chat up in my window. Someone said that there's super chats that were missed. Did you see super chats, Tony? Because I can't.
I see one that just came in from CNS MTB. I can't see.
Thank you, CNS MTB.
Are you on your phone or what?
No, you know what I did? I put it onto my iPad, and I don't think I that's why I was on this side. Now it's fixed. Now I should be able to scroll through. I'm sorry, guys, if we missed super chats. I'm gonna try to go back right now and find them.
I'm going to pull up your YouTube channel on my iPad and see if I see anything on it.
Brandon, says Mass sent you 20 via Cash App. Brandon, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, yeah, I see you had one from Dips Patel. He says, have the other half of the KYP sandwich. Good luck with everything on your trip.
Thank you,
Dips.
What is
a KYP sandwich?
KYP and you got sandwich? KYP?
You got a very large donation from Jay Beebs. Man, Jay Beebs. Thank you on behalf of Massalorian. He says, good luck, Mass. Stay safe, and I know that you will represent us well. So I guess he's contributing to your trip.
Thank you, sir. Jay Beebs, appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. I'm just writing down everybody's name as we go along here.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see Massalorian's chat on his channel. So, but I pulled it up on my iPad, so now I can.
Okay. Yeah, and now I can see Thor Bladed says, shout out to Tony and Mass. Thank you, Thor Bladed.
KC owes him a super chat refund. KC, look, you got a lot of people complaining about super chat refunds, KC. Don't make me come up there to Pflugerville and make you write me a check to refund all these people.
For the broken
that's a running joke on his channel. That's a running joke on his channel because he does not take super chats.
I swear, every time I go over to Casey's channel in the morning, it's always when he's not in the van. It's always when it's just the music playing. I'm like, man, every time in the first, I always land on the time when you're out, Casey. I try to leave comments, stick around for as long as I can.
Jeff said, how much did the cigar cost? This one, I think, was $14. Normally, the ones I buy are around $9 or $10. And I've not been really happy with some of the ones I've had recently in the past couple of weeks. So I said, let me see Let me just see if I can have a little bit smoother experience if I spend a couple dollars more. Now, granted, this is like 40% more, right? It's just a couple dollars, but in terms of percentage, it's a lot. I'll let you know when I get down close to the final third if it holds up. But so far, I like it. I just, I don't like spending $15.
Sorry, T. I just want to see CMTSB. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I'm trying to just catch up on the super chats here, T. Say thanks to people. I hope I'm catching it.
Broke Ape, did you get him?
No, Broke Ape, thank you.
Do us proud, Sir Massalorian.
Yeah, man, I'm not going down to. I mean, if I wasn't serious about it, I wouldn't have got the hotel room. That was the whole thing. If I'm either go in full. I just when I started looking around about travel arrangements, I'm like, man, it is going to be really tight for me. You're not going to believe this, T. So back in August, there was they passed a law in the whole state of Rhode Island. Both of our utilities companies got bought out here, and now it's all just one energy company. We got our bill for last month. It was over $500, $360 just for the electrical bill. And I'm
You're
like,
getting up in Texas size bills. Mine's normally about $500.
We've never paid that up here, and it hasn't even been snowing or cold up here. Like, we haven't even had the heat blasting. It's insane how much I understand now why people in Europe, all over Europe, ripped up their utility bills. It's crazy. It's half of my rent. So I'm like looking at my bills right now. I'm like, this is nuts. I've never paid utility bills like this ever in my life.
I remember just a couple of years ago, I would think that a $250 electric bill was a lot. And in the same house, now I'm getting like $500+ bills.
That's
ridiculous because they keep raising rates.
Yeah. It's almost like a monopoly. You can't, you don't really have any way to turn because there's no competition. There's no alternate choice for you. So they can charge whatever they want. And the city council just passed the 47% increase. No problem. Didn't put up a fight at all. Just laid right over and said, sure, we'll jack up your prices 47%. No problem. Yeah.
Mass, if I send you an Astros hat, would you wear it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If someone sent me a hat, of course I would wear it. Yeah. Sure.
All right. You heard it, guys.
Yeah, I would wear an Astros hat.
I need to send you some of the glasses too. Not the Astros glasses, but the ones we were talking about.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't wear those in D, but I don't know if they'll take me seriously if I have those on. And I'm trying to get a message across to the planet.
Maggie says, how do you not have snow and cold? Maggie, I don't know about Massalorian, but it is freaking cold in Texas tonight. It's 37 degrees. We're practically in the ice ages for Texas. That's why I've been wearing the vest. It's cold up in here, even with the heater on.
Yeah. I know. I just saw KYP just did a super chat. KYP, thank you, hon. Appreciate you. She said, thank you, Mass. Get dinner. Thanks, KYP. Appreciate you, girl.
Just wait till nobody's allowed to have natural gas, Massalorian. Then they can really screw you on the electric rates. Imagine if you have no options.
It's crazy. It's been the weirdest winter here. So it has rained almost every day, but we haven't had an inch of snow. It's been like between 40 and 50 every single day. I've never seen weather like this before in my life.
Christopher says, any battery stock recommendations to take advantage of the shift to EVs? I have not looked at battery companies, Christopher, but I like ChargePoint, charging station companies. If you have a battery company that you want me to look at, drop it in the chat or drop it in a comment of any of my videos. 18 degrees in St. Paul, Just Mike says. Holy shit.
Wow.
KYP, thank you for Massalorian. I think he already saw that.
Sergio, thank you, my friend. $5 from Sergio. How about those Niners? Yeah, man, they came back, huh? I thought Dallas was going to keep it close, but those last 2 drives, they ripped it up. I was trying to catch the very end of the game there because I'm like, man, I got to catch up to Tony. I got to get some more points on Tony. I'm like, he's too far ahead of me. I can't go into next weekend worrying about this spread. But
James says there's a new Netflix project coming out at AMC theaters this week. You People, have you guys heard of that?
Is that a new movie?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, it isn't.
I have not heard
Tommy
of it either.
B, thank you.
Mennonite says, can you expand on the situation in Ukraine? We're not going to talk about that on a stock chat tonight. Mass can do that in his own channel.
Mennonite, I'm going to drop a video tomorrow that have some stuff on Russia, actually.
Nothing against that. I got a lot of opinions, but I'm trying not to get my channel demonetized. Well, I'll talk about it over a beer with you anytime, or in Discord, but not on YouTube.
Tony's not dumb like me.
Funny story. When we end this live stream tonight, even though right now Massalorian's showing it on his channel and I'm showing it on mine, at the end of this live stream, mine will still be monetized and his will be demonetized. That's the truth. I'm not even joking. Because he talks about other content that they don't like. So they automatically demonetize them.
Have you seen some of the new rules that YouTube just sent out? They just sent out a new list of rules from January 1st. Yeah.
Yeah.
No more, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Man, they're putting the crunch on us, huh? Big time. I mean, our capabilities are dwindling by the day as far as what we can talk about and what we can't. It's amazing how fast they're just snatching the freedom of speech away.
Yuko, what's up? How you doing, buddy? 24 to Money says,
Hey, Yuko.
Floating ape to AMC conversion. Maybe he tried to drive people to sell MC to buy ape. Floating. I don't think it's floated. I think we're about to have a vote, right?
Whoa, Grandpa Barney. Holy smokes. Thank you, Grandpa Barney. Wow.
Grandpa. What's up, amigo?
Hey, buddy.
Did we talk about Ant Trader's thesis? I saw Ant Trader's video. I listened to him on Just Another Ape's live stream. Steven did an interview with him. Go check that out. Just Another Ape is the channel. Good interview. I'm just going to say what I've always said about repeating fractals and charting for a squeeze play like this or a highly manipulated play. I always hope they're right, but I've watched 2 years of people with those theories not be right. And so it's just not something that I cover on my channel. But I hope he's right. I think he called for a run up by the end of this month. And I gently suggested to him, if it happens a few months from now or a year from now, just remember the phrase, I was just early. I was just early. That's what Rico used to always say. I know I got it wrong last week, but I'm just early. Wow, amazingly, all those guys that were doing the fractal theory, algorithm prediction, pretty much all of them have stopped YouTubing. So,
yeah, right.
Needless to say, I'm very comfortable with my decision not to ever cover that topic.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Yeah, I'm glad we stayed away from that kind of stuff.
Let's see. Samal says, Tony mentioned you on May's live stream, Markets with May. She said she'd be interested in joining your live chats. I sent her a message, Samal, to send me a DM on Twitter, but I haven't seen one from her. So I don't know if she's on Twitter and I don't have an email for her. But she seems like a knowledgeable person about stocks and the markets in general. And I think that, she could be a good occasional guest to have on just to talk about whatever tickers you guys want to talk about. Remember at least on my channel, what we talk about is the questions you guys have. This is not a one ticker channel. Somebody got really mad the other night, Mass, when I covered Hellbiz or maybe Genius. they said, why no AMC videos? I'm like, there's nothing going on right now until we get a proxy statement, for one. And number two, there's other things that I'm getting bombarded with questions about. So I put out videos to answer all the questions and not have to keep on answering DMs, and you know how it goes.
Were you getting bombarded with questions about GNIS?
GNS, and then it was Hellbiz, and now it's WISA. I really don't like talking about penny stocks, period. But I know the questions aren't going away.
Yeah, if I see that someone's saying feel better, Grandpa Barney. I didn't know Grandpa Barney was still sick. Last I heard, he was doing good. So, Grandpa Barney, if you're still sick, man, I hope you're doing better or going to get better soon. Jason Rivera says, I own ChargePoint. Yeah, I think all three of us do.
Maggie says, you have no idea what cold is. I mean, I lived up in the northern U.S., Maggie, for 8 years, North Dakota and Omaha, Nebraska. So I have an idea what it is like. Fortunately, I've forgotten because that was a long time ago.
You've forgotten?
Yes.
How long ago was it?
I mean, I was grade school.
Oh,
junior high.
That's a long time ago. By the way, do you have any expectations on this proxy? When do you think that we're going to get this?
After January 22nd.
I know, but I mean, do you think we're? I know,
today.
but do you think we're going to get it closer to the end of the this 90-day period coming up before the end of the quarter?
I think as soon as the FTC gives the green light, there's a statutory 30-day waiting period. If they had no additional questions, then we might hear something this week. They're not going to delay it, I don't think.
No.
I don't think. I mean,
what would be the reason to
I'm
delay
sure
it?
Antera's probably itching to get the deal done. But there's that statutory 30-day waiting period. Then we should get the proxy statement soon after that. But we don't know. Like, did the FTC ask for more information? Do they need longer to review it because they have a backlog of things that they're looking at? We don't know that. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Thomas B says, bought my first shares of AMC on January 27th, 2021. Never sold, just bought over 1,000 shares now. I know this will run this year. 84.32 is possible. Good luck in DC, Massalorian. He gave you a little super chat.
That's
from
my
Friendswood,
lucky number.
Texas.
Oh,
84.32 is your lucky number.
Well, yeah, Thomas has been putting in the chat every live stream for a year now. That we're still waiting on that number. Yep.
Mennonite says, I don't know who he's talking about. Someone's always ignoring people, pumps out videos, can't expand on thoughts. Who are we talking about?
I don't know.
Will I be getting in Genius tomorrow? I'll be watching it in pre-market. Zach, I got out at $5 as I discussed on Thursday night. I had a good till canceled $5 limit. So I'm out, and I watched it go down all day on Friday. It could get another little run up, but I'm not counting on it. But if it does, I'll consider it for a day.
Floyd said we should try to hold them back as much as possible. Are you in any kind of rush to see this happen, or you okay waiting a little bit?
The proxy?
The RS. Yeah, the proxy first, yeah.
I mean, I'd like to get it out of the way just to stop dealing with everybody being so emotional and fighting.
Yeah.
Like everybody's fighting with each other. And look, if there are people saying if the reverse split happens, I'm selling, good. Then just so I don't have to hear you whining anymore. Let's just get it over with. Whether it's a yes or no, let's get it over with and move on. I'm so sick of the drama and the emotions and the fighting on both sides, honestly. People fighting and they haven't even seen a proxy statement yet.
I know. And it's there's a lot of reasons right now why the stock is taking a beating. We're trying to get into better territory before this happens. I mean, we're trying to get a little better outlook, and I think that maybe we got a little bit of a positive outlook with what we're seeing for the box office with Avatar. I think that's really going to help this company. I do. I think it's perfect timing for a big, legit movie. It's right when we needed it.
Someone asked, does everybody in Texas like the Cowboys? It's probably split halfway between the Cowboys and the Texans.
Is it really?
Yeah, in Austin it is. I mean, in my friend base, like if it's a game day and if we're out somewhere drinking, it's half and half.
Okay. Are the Oilers fans all gone? There's
They're
no
all
more
Texans fans.
They're all Texans fans now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clark says, what do I think about Blue Apron? I haven't looked at it in a while, Clark. Last time I looked at it, I didn't see any reason to own it. Yes, the short interest is high. But I would need to go back and look at the financials again. I'm assuming the fact that it's trading at 61.95 cents, down from $165, means that they're probably not in the best shape, and they're probably being shorted for a reason. Could they turn that around? Yeah, they could, but I'd need to do some studying to see what their risk of going out of business is versus their turnaround plan for the company. What kind of dilution they have, what kind of convertible bonds, if any, warrants. A lot of work would go into that. But I'd watch these plays, Clark, just in case they start getting some momentum. Everybody loves to pick on the high short interest stocks to pump. So when I see the clickbait channels start talking about them, I might get in for a day or two. Right now, I don't see any compelling reason from the chart to own that company.
Just want to say Grandpa Barney's leaving. Grandpa Barney, have a great night. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I love you. Thank you. And Julie Barwick, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. And Clark, thank you so much. Both you guys.
Oh, Mennonite saying you always talk about Ukraine in your videos. Well, go ask him on his channel, Mennonite. Go ask him on his channel.
I'll talk to you over on my channel. I just can't do it on Tony's live stream.
He loves to talk about it
over there. Yeah,
he loves to talk about it. We talk about it on the phone all the time. I just don't cover politics on my channel.
Yeah, please, man. Yeah, anytime on my live stream, just not on Tees, please. Thank you.
Or go drop him a comment on his channel. Foo Dog, I actually don't have a Smith & Wesson. I have a Colt and a Winchester, AR-15 and a 12 gauge. I might. I'm shopping for a pistol. I might.
Are you?
Haven't decided which one I'm going to get yet. I'll take recommendations.
What are you thinking in terms of caliber?
9mm, just from utility and ease of finding ammunition. But I'd ultimately like to have several of different calibers.
Yeah, they're expensive, man. They are not cheap. I mean, they're not that expensive, but to get a really, really nice one, you gotta pay a little bit. I don't know how much ammo costs in Texas right now. I bet you it's a lot cheaper than it is up here. Walther PDP. Casey
Steven
says you won't go wrong.
Walther PPK. How is carnivore diet going, Steven? I'm 21 days in with no carbs. I did my second weigh-in on the 20th, and I did not lose any additional pounds on the second 10 days. So I lost about almost 10 pounds on the first 10 days, and I'm still at that level. I'm in ketosis, but I can tell by my readings, my ketosis level readings, that I need to start doing some exercise because I'm just barely in. And I haven't been counting calories. I just eat when I'm hungry. So I probably need to do a little calorie restriction and add some walks or something for the rest of this month. And then maybe some laps at the pool. My gym has an indoor pool. And my knee, it's still not ready to do squats. I can say that with certainty, but I can probably start doing pull-ups and some upper body stuff.
Yeah,
I have that. I have that slated for beginning of Feb to get back in the gym.
Can you explain to me what ketosis is exactly? You said you were in ketosis. What does that mean?
When you switch to a low carb diet, like the keto diet or carnivore, where you're not eating carbs or you're minimizing carbs, your body, you deplete your body of glycogen, which is what is, it's the sugar, in other words, that comes from carbs or sugar.
Got it.
Your body normally runs off of glycogen, but when you deplete carbs, the glycogen stored in your body is depleted, which is what causes
lose weight.
the water weight loss initially. And then your body switches to, it's got a safety mechanism. If there's no glycogen supplied through your normal diet, your body can create ketones by burning fat, and your body and your brain can get energy from ketones.
Oh, okay. So
that is, being in ketosis is where you have a measurable amount of ketones in your blood or urine, however you're testing.
Okay.
And that basically means that you're essentially
and
burning.
Normally you don't have
Normally you don't. No, if you're eating carbs, your body is using the carbs for fuel. That's why people get fat when they're on a heavy carb diet.
Okay.
And that whatever your body doesn't use, it stores.
Right. Turns into fat, right?
Yep. Okay. But you can do a low carb diet and burn that fat for energy, but you also need to deplete your calories a little bit. And I haven't been doing that, so I need to lower mine.
Owning the Float says I did the keto diet and gained 15 pounds because I thought I was short for taquito. Oops.
He said what?
He said I did the keto diet and gained 15 pounds because I thought it was short for taquito diet. Taquitos, like the little twisted up tortillas, and it has like cheese and beef in it. It's like on a Mexican dish. Taquitos instead of ketosis.
Man, I'm way behind on the chat here. I'm just going to scroll down.
Are you?
Catch up. Do I think we're definitely going to have a recession this year? I'm still about 50-50, but I think that the highest risk is between of seeing what earnings and stuff look like is between now and the end of March. So
you don't think the country right now is already in a mini recession?
Yes, I mean, but I'm talking about like where the media and the government admit it.
Oh, we might never see that day with this press secretary. And you think Janet Yellen's ever going to admit that we're in a recession? She's not going to do that. Maybe, I don't know. She might. I was looking at her speaking fees the other day. I couldn't believe her speaking fees. It's absolutely insane what she gets paid to speak. I mean, just
why is a government official getting paid to speak? That just, oh well.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on the
that
debt ceiling?
Used to be the head of the Federal Reserve.
What the What are your thoughts on the debt ceiling? I haven't looked at the news on debt ceiling since they didn't come to an agreement the other day. They didn't come to an agreement, right?
No, she said she's going to take drastic measures in order to ease. Ease it.
Yeah, they can take extraordinary measures that'll get us through to about June, I think.
Yes, 2023. Yep, that's what I heard.
Davindo Vasher in the house. Keto here for 6 years, 100 pounds down and getting better. Intermittent fasting and extended fasting increase the benefits. Yeah, you can really amp up your blood ketone level by intermittent or extended fasting. All right, Mass, you need to take a break for a second.
Hell of a job there. Yeah.
Send your hydro bills back to them and tell them to put it in your name. We're talking, what bill are we talking about? Water bill? Bill Doe says, Mass, if you can't cover Ukraine, can you please talk about your theory on AMC? I mean, we've been talking about our theory on AMC, guys, for 2 years. I already know what Mass is going to say. If there is no catalyst that comes along, and we don't know of any at the moment, then we're waiting on the movie industry to put out more movies. Remember, we're coming out of the hole where no movies were being made in 2020 because of the shutdown. We are slowly ramping up the number of movies. We're slowly getting more and more good movies coming out. The industry was, I think it dropped to a couple billion in box office in 2020 when everything shut down. We need to get back up to 11 billion. We're at about 7 in 2022. We're expecting about 9.5 in 2023. So the recovery plan for the industry stretches to 2024. So you guys got to decide, are you willing to, if no catalyst comes along, are you willing to be in a recovery play till 2024? That's your decision. Not much else to say. Catalyst being something that, some good news, unexpected, in my opinion, that no one is expecting, that a hedge fund or a short can't plan for, that skyrockets the price up. I call that in my channel the unknown catalyst, because every other catalyst that people have talked about has mostly been wishful thinking. That's a nice way to say it. But I wake up every day hoping that one of them will be right. The good thing is cost to borrow is high, and short interest is high, and so is retail investor interest. So as long as we have those things, we're on the precipice of something interesting happening. I don't think Massalorian or I, either one, thinks that the company is in imminent risk of bankruptcy, because they have the means to raise money, be it through APE or after a reverse split through AMC. But as we've said many times, either way is going to require additional dilution. So that is the play right now. Nick says, Massalorian, I just answered a question for you. Someone wanted to know your thoughts on what's going on with AMC. I just gave them a recap of what we've said for the last 2 years. Nick M says, Tony, have the 4 billion ape Adam Aaron has, what happens to them if he converts to AMC? So he has 40 million preferred shares unused. Those will just sit there. And the 1 billion ape, he doesn't have 5 billion ape. I know I keep on hearing people make videos saying he's got 5 billion ape. No, he's got 1 billion ape. He's got 40 million unused preferred shares. Those were never converted. So they'll just sit there for anti-takeover provision. That's what they were originally there for. The 1 billion will immediately convert, and then ape will go away. Unless at some point he decides he wants to do that mess again. But why would he? It didn't work out. It doesn't make sense to try it again.
J Beeb says PBR mass. Yeah, mass is cheap. There's a 30 pack of PBR is like $25. So I go with whatever's cheapest. I saw you were drinking Glenmorangie the other night. I'm like, man, Tony's drinking the good stuff. Did you like it?
That is not the good stuff. I mean, that was a $27 bottle. It's everyday scotch. A good bottle of scotch will set you back, at least $50.
That's true.
I'm not. We're in a recessionary environment, Massalorian. I ain't looking to buy no $50 bottles of scotch.
Hell no. God, those good old days.
I got stocks to buy.
Exactly. Yeah, we saw. Yes. Oh, by the way, speaking of Disney selling a top spot on the franchise. So, what are your thoughts on this hostile takeover at Disney? Have you heard what's going on? We were going to get into it the other night, and I think maybe it was offline we were talking about it. But what are your thoughts on that?
With what, the CEO?
Yeah, with the shareholder takeover, or it's the C-suite takeover, right?
I saw that one dude on CNBC, making his case of why he wanted to influence the board. And then I saw the board's response that this guy doesn't know anything about Disney's business.
Right.
That's about the extent of my thoughts on it. I haven't dug deep into it because I don't own Disney right now.
Yeah, I would say that puts them buying AMC out though out of the running. I don't think that's going to be. I mean, looks like they're in a civil war right now in their boardroom, right?
Einhunter, you're going to have to be. Einhunter is going to have to be more specific. Give your honest opinion. I give my honest opinion every day here, so you'd have to be more specific. What you think I'm trying to appease somebody about? A lot of fucking trolls in here today. Jesus Christ!
It comes with the territory.
Pushing with Powder says when the protest blows up and people make everyone look like fools, our money gets tied up forever in courts. They're protesting the SEC and market manipulation. That has nothing to do with AMC. Now, I will, if they're out there with AMC signs, that's a different matter. But nothing's going to get tied up in court. That is Lou fucking nonsense. That's bullshit.
Yep. Just ain't going to happen.
Maybe somebody, if someone gets arrested, they're going to end up in court. But the company has nothing to do with it. You guys got to get off of this Lou bullshit. Remember, he deleted all his videos for a reason because he's not been right about anything.
Yeah, I mean, listen, any day the SEC wants to come check my portfolio to see that I'm not happy with market conditions, they can feel free. Maggie's saying, Tony, please answer me. You see
Maggie. I'm looking. This chat's going by quick. Do you have yours
on? I know it's going fast.
Do you have yours on 60-second delay?
No, let me change that. Sorry, T.
That's part of the problem.
Hang on.
I mean, I put a delay in my chat. Otherwise, the questions go by too quick. I'm looking for Maggie's question. Davindo Vasher says, did someone say Tony is afraid of his own? Somebody's coming in here trying to troll. Wrong channel for that. Maggie says, Tony, can I send Mass some bail money on your channel? Do it on his channel, Maggie. Bail money. You going to jail?
I don't need bail money. No, I'm going down with cameras and microphones and, not weapons.
I covered the CPI on a live stream. First thing I covered on a live stream about 3 nights ago, so you can go back and check my thoughts on that. But yes, they are. I think people are, in my opinion, and you can disagree. That's fine. They're misunderstanding the rule change. Instead of looking at the basket and reallocating the weight of the items in the basket every 2 years, they're doing it every year. So they look at the prices of what the things in the basket cost, and they create a weight. Each item has a certain percentage of the basket. Now they're reallocating those percentages based on a more often frequency. I don't think that is designed to make the CPI look like it's going down. Doing things like taking steak out of the basket and putting in hamburger meat, that, yes, if you're changing the basket, that is designed to make the CPI look like it's less. But reallocating the weights by updating the basket weighting more often is, I don't, it's, in my opinion, not designed for that. It's just designed to be more timely. How about all these other squeeze plays? Covered them 2 nights ago and last night. Almost all of them, guys, have no short interest. None of them are squeeze plays. That goes for Genius, WISA, Hellbiz, all these things that people are calling squeeze plays. They have, GNS had 0.5% of short interest. And you want to go with on the CEO's word that there's billions of synthetics or naked shorts, then let him show us the evidence in court. I spent a lot of time this weekend looking up case history. I found one interesting thing, Massalorian. It's really hard to get data on West Christian, like how his cases were resolved, because all of the settlements, if there were settlements, were sealed. But you remember his partner, the one that died, unfortunately?
Yes. Yep.
I found one of his cases from early 2000s.
Okay.
Guess what happened? He went in with a bunch of allegations against 100 different brokers with the same claims, naked shorts, yada, 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 manipulation. The judge threw it out because he said allegations are not evidence. It was dismissed.
Outright by the judge?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And then the CEO of the company that hired West Christian got investigated and fined by the SEC subsequently for manipulating his own stock.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding.
And West sniffed that out.
I have the data. I published it in my Discord and I sent it to a few people.
West didn't sniff out the BS with that?
Wes was not involved in that case that I know of.
Oh, okay.
That was his partner. But I'm just saying it's really hard to get results.
Yeah.
Because most of these companies and West Christian and Share Intel, they don't ever publish, the end result. So all you guys are pinning your hopes on something. I'm gonna keep asking, show me a dozen results. There's 20 cases, 30 cases. Help me find the results, guys. I'm begging you. Before you ask me to get behind it. What is everyone what?
What is everybody hoping for from West Christian and
to expose naked shorts? And I'm for that too. I'm for West Christian exposing anything. I'm just saying I can't find the results of the past decade of work.
Yeah. Yep.
I am at this point, I am a impartial information seeker. I'm all for anything exposing manipulation, but show me some fucking tangible results. Show me a guilty verdict in court.
Yeah, we don't have any paper trail. None. The only thing we really know about is that they won the case, that Overstock got their case for Patrick Burns, right? For Overstock. We know that case he did well on, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Did he? Patrick Burns isn't even with the company anymore.
I mean, according to the movie, they that was the whole thing, right? Was that that was the first time they were able to win a case under that, under those statutes, or I don't know the technical law term for it, but yeah, Doc says there are no results. I mean, it's a hard call, and the CEO of Share Intel said that, and sometimes companies don't want to do it because they can't get out of their own way. So you might never see the results, right? If they don't want the public to see them, maybe they're embarrassed.
In one of my recent lives, I think it was the one where we were covering Hellbiz, and we went over a few of them. The allegations that are being made by West Christian's law firm and these CEOs is that they are victims of shares being traded and not delivered. It's very specific wording. And I went and looked at the FTDs, and yes, all of these stocks for like 1 day, Massalorian, in the last 2 months, they had a spike 1 day of FTDs on a day where they released bad earnings results, and the trading was on fire in those stocks. The volume went up from like nothing to 3 million shares, and 500,000 failed to deliver at T+2, but they were resolved the next business day. Okay. So technically the CEOs are not breaking they're not being dishonest. there was a problem with shares being delivered, but they don't tell you that it was resolved the next day. They don't tell you that it's not a systemic problem, and they've presented no evidence of any naked short trading. So I'm just saying right now, as an impartial person on this that wants to expose market manipulation, show me the fucking data. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd like to see some.
And then I'll be 100% behind it. Right now, I'm just on the fence trying to figure out who's telling the truth. Are the CEOs manipulating us, retail, for their own benefit and for their debt holders' benefit? Because certainly these stock prices are being driven up high enough. And guess what? I watched the John Berta interview with Mr. Hamilton, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And John Berta said the exact fucking thing that I accuse these CEOs of getting the price run up to get their debt holders. Go watch it. I posted it on Twitter and YouTube today. It's about halfway in. He's like, our debt holder was really happy because they were able to unload those convertible notes at a nice profit. Yeah. Guys, I fucking told you that 2 days ago before I ever watched the John Berta video. There is a very strong chance that these CEOs are colluding, in my opinion, to get their debt holders a tidy profit and get out from under those convertible notes. Not because they're really being naked shorted. They don't want the debt on their balance sheet. It's a win-win for them and the debt holder. It's jack shit for you because it runs up, and then once the convertible notes are taken care of, what happens? Just like on GNS, it tanks. Now, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, any CEO, but I want you to open your eyes to just the possibility that what you're being told by these CEOs might be a little bit of a stretch. You don't like one CEO, but you think all the rest are 100% honest. Just
where is
the possibility?
Where's the argument coming from? Is there an argument is the argument right now that Adam Aaron should be hiring this company? Is that what the argument?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's the only dishonest one. Even though John Berta admitted that his debt holder was very happy to rack up a tidy profit and get out from under their debt. And he was happy that he didn't have the debt on the balance sheet anymore. Who was not happy? All the retail that bought up that dilution.
Right. How you doing, Relentless? Relentless said hey to Tony and Mass. Anubis says, can't wait for the housing market to crash so I can buy up a home. It's what I'm waiting for. I can't believe how housing prices are holding up around some of these areas. It's crazy to me. Someone said they've taken a lot of houses off the market just to keep the demand high because
I'm seeing the same thing in the used. I'm seeing the same thing in the used car auto market. In the the auto YouTubers that I follow that go to the auction houses and stuff. Yeah, the lots are piled up with cars.
No shit.
Not only at the auction houses, but at the dealers. They're not sending everything there because they can't sell them. And they're getting a bunch of no bids because people aren't bidding enough on the car. So they just roll the car off the auction floor and bring it back next week and try again. Wow. It's getting bad out there.
Man. Jeez, it seemed like just a few months ago, we were talking about how you couldn't find a used car for, people were turning in their leases to turn a profit just to sell their car used back to the dealer. That's crazy. He said they're piling up on the lot. Shit, man.
Yep.
Real Rugged, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the exact details of the Overstock thing. I should. I've watched it 3 times in the last 2 years, but
me too.
I've slept since then.
Me too.
This YouTuber said that he bought. What did he say? He bought several. No, he sold several. I think he sold several cars that day. Anyways, the auctioneer came up and thanked him for his business. He said because most of the dealers that were running cars through were all doing no bids, like they weren't willing to lower the price. And like only 30% of the inventory was actually being sold.
Man, that's not a good sign for the economy. at all.
It's not a good sign for auto dealers or banks that are holding those notes.
Those notes too. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. I didn't even think it. Yeah. That's another thing.
That was his point. Like the banks are going to get fucked holding all these
They're holding
auto
all
loans
those,
that no one's paying on. They're all,
off.
Mostly repos.
Shit, man. Man, that's not good. When was the last time we had something like that going on?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, things are going to tighten up, I think, a little more. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Definitely
saw someone that was auctioning off a Tesla online, and they were asking more than the going price of a new Tesla.
Really? For a used Tesla?
Yeah.
Jeez. Unbelievable. Yeah, my buddy's like stuck with his car right now because he's like, well, what am I gonna do? If I want to get any kind of anything bigger, my gas is gonna be triple as much. I mean, it's not fun to be in the market if you have to buy a car right now. Actually, you're saying that there's tons of cars on the lot that are keeping the prices, so prices are about to come down big time, or they already have, huh? On the used cars?
Yeah, these are, yes, on the lot. I mean, like in the back lot of the auction house and on the dealer's back lot, because they don't want to send all their inventory over there because what they have there at the auction houses aren't selling anyways.
Man.
What a mess.
Yeah, it's not good. Andrew says no one's even mentioning MOAS anymore. Even the non-chills say maybe a run to 30. Andrew, we tried not to for a long time use that word on these channels.
Yeah, we have a habit of not using the word MOAS, and we also don't give price targets because when a run happens, it's going to run till FOMO runs out, or these shorts that feel like they need to cover. So my hope always is that the catalyst that kicks off a squeeze into any ticker is so fast and violent that you get a lot of shorts taken out. And you guys have seen it on many different plays in the last year or two.
When they
run up from $10 to $1,500, some of them HKD. The shorts, even new shorts, try and come in and call the top. And if people are still buying it, they get routed and it just keeps going. So it's hard to put a price bracket on a good short squeeze. But that's why I'm not giving out brackets, because I don't want to put a false expectation in anyone's mind. I think most of us would just be happy to make a profit, and the more we can make, the better. But you got to have the right conditions for that to happen. A good catalyst, some good or unexpected news, a loaded up short interest, hard to borrow, as evidenced by high cost to borrow, and
loaded up options chain,
which will tend to happen. If it wasn't already loaded, it'll start loading as soon as the catalyst news comes out, and then you're off to the races.
I'm excited for the turnaround whenever that does happen.
That would be helpful. I mean, it'd be much easier for us to squeeze when institutional money is not scared to go into the stock market.
Yeah. That's another reason why I think that the going down the SEC is important, because I just feel like the market would be so much better off if there was full transparency and retail could know that the institutions and retail are on the same playing field, and it's it's best man, last man out, or however you want to play it. But as long as the information that we're sharing is the same and it's based off of fundamentals and supply and demand, I think the market would be much healthier. You'd have more people investing in the market,
24 The Money says the real MOAS is GME. I mean, GME has the same short interest as AMC. They have the same short interest as AMC. They just increased their float, which is not helpful for a short squeeze. With that split that they did, and the company is still failing to lose money. So they've got to have a catalyst. That's why I'm long on GME. The shares that I have long is waiting for some transformational announcement from Ryan Cohen, and then I think it could pop off. But right now, Look, I mean, we know about the layoffs that are going right now. We know about the distribution center that's closing. Some people say that's good news because cost cutting. You can make an argument either way. That doesn't really concern me either way about the distribution center as much as the upper management, store leader, district manager layoffs going on, and the staff getting overloaded and frustrated, and cutbacks on hours, people not happy about the lack of pay raises, and they're figuring out how fast can we sell these shares that they just gave us February, right? They're all planning on selling. They're all planning on selling because you can read the comments from them if you're looking in the right places. Even the employees think the company's in trouble. Yeah. So they got enough cash to last 10 quarters. But they're bleeding. They're bleeding out. They're bleeding out in an industry that is being rug pulled out from under them as gaming goes digital. So it has to be a transformation in GameStop. I understand certain people are very bullish, but I think that they have a certain bias, just like I do in AMC. But I can see that the movie industry is recovering and growing, and I don't see that in GameStop. But I will give some of my money to Ryan Cohen in the hopes that he transforms the company.
Can I just say real quick, in the last 3 weeks, all the news that I've heard about some of the releases coming up has really cheered me up as far as Hollywood, because I was, last year after the numbers and putting ass in the seats, but seeing the schedule and some of the previews in the last couple of weeks, I definitely am a lot more optimistic about the box office this year than I was coming in to, say, the holiday season. Looking forward, it just seems like the quality is much better this year of the movies already from what we know. Just a small amount that we know, besides the two biggies, Avatar and Top Gun, right?
Local Urban says,
did you guys okay.
Go ahead. You can read it.
Says, I'm new to the AMC crew. I'm all for the cause, but I'm confused on which ticker is best to put my money in, APE or AMC. So, Local, do you know what's going on right now with the proxy that we're waiting on? And I don't know how new you are to the crew. So that all depends. Are you looking for a conversion? There's a lot of things you got to consider before you go by.
There's so many unknowns right now. I have difficulty answering that question.
It is. It's hard to answer, to give anyone a straight answer and say, oh, well, this is the better one right now. It's just, you'd be lying if you said, I can tell you right now, this is better than this. I don't care who it is, Markets with May or anyone. Trip Provoke says, have to see the proxy. 100%. We got to see the proxy. Then you can make a better decision.
Jordan says, everything you said about GameStop is the same for AMC. No, AMC is coming out of a hole with the movie industry and box office growing. GameStop is competing for a shrinking market. They're selling plushies. They're counting on plushie sales. I'm being sarcastic and facetious, but the gaming industry is not growing for people running to GameStop to buy the next game release. You're digitally downloading it.
By the way, T, did you that rumor, is that a proven thing about the warehouse shutting down?
Yes. Yeah, okay. They gave me 60 days notice. Everybody's job's going to be eliminated.
Man, and then they're doing something else, right? They're having a certain amount of the regions are having one manager manage 2 stores at once, I heard.
2 or 3, yep.
Man. They got to come up with something. I got faith in Ryan Cohen, but
it hasn't really hit the press. Reporters are pinging GameStop for confirmation on the rumors about layoffs, but I haven't seen a press release, but everybody's talking about it if you know the right places to look. It is 100% confirmed.
Yeah. Yep, there's some good channels out there for information on GameStop, what's going on in the C-suite all the way down. Good channels. Yeah, I just saw that too, T, the other day. I'm like, wow. I'm like, man, seems like one thing after another. Like, at least we're not getting news like that, thank God. Could be worse, I guess.
Sergeant Beef, did you hear Regal Cinema is filing for bankruptcy?
No,
Massalorian?
I did not. Did you?
That's Cineworld.
Oh, Regal is Cineworld? Is it? What is the proxy out about? Sorry for all the dumb questions. So it's going to be a vote that's put out to shareholders and institutional shareholders and retail shareholders for a reverse split and a conversion of APE back into AMC. And the reverse split would be, we're still at 10 to 1, right? That isn't right.
Yeah. 10 for 1. 1 for 10, sorry.
1 for 10, sorry. Yeah. So once that proxy comes out and we get confirmation on that, then there'll be a vote. And then you'll get a better idea of, well, actually, after your proxy, you might want to make a decision on which way you want to go, right? Once you know.
Hector says, or wait, no, I missed the question. Oh, Bill Ray. Does GameStop make more profit from video games or toys and clothing? That is a good question. That I don't know.
The profit margins are high on toys and clothing, very high.
I imagine they're high on plushies. I don't know how high profit. Yeah, they're what, typically about 100% markup on clothing.
Yeah.
If it's not all marked on sale because they're trying to dump a bunch of inventory. That's really what I'm looking for in the next quarterly update. Is I want to see a good sell through on that inventory that they stocked up on at the end of Q3 in anticipation of the Christmas season. If they sold through all of that, then this Q4 earnings should be pretty good.
Yeah.
But why the big rush to lay off people and cut all the expenses of staff? That is one thing. Is it because Q4 wasn't so good and they're trying to get ahead of it, or is it because they think Q1 is not going to be good? These are questions that I like. What is the real answer here?
Yep. And when is that date supposed to be coming up to you? As you said, middle of February, right? Did they have to get rid of all their? They have to cash in all their preferred stock?
No, that's the first chance they have to sell. They have to sell.
Okay. But they want to do that before they get laid off, right? Supposedly.
You would think so. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Someone floated the theory. What if they lay a bunch of us off right before we get a chance to exercise?
Oof. That would be pretty shady.
And they are, GameStop is closing stores also, which is fine. AMC's closing theaters.
AMC's closing theaters, yeah.
You got to close underperforming locations. That is smart business. I got no problem with that.
None.
But when you're needing to increase sales, like AMC's buying other theaters, so they'll close 90 and buy 20, and those 20 outperform the 90. That's one situation, which is fact. GameStop's just closing. Like what are they how are they going to increase sales when they're closing stores? That's another question you should be asking yourself.
You notice we don't hear the streaming defense anymore for the movies going down, right? It's not in the narrative anymore.
The streaming companies are fighting each other for survival right now. They're not fighting AMC.
There's not going to be anything that comes along that's going to beat the movie theaters. There's just nothing really to compare it to.
When will there be an announcement on credit cards or popcorn?
Good question.
I'm hoping around the time we get the Q1 earnings on popcorn. Credit cards, I don't really care about. I don't really think AMC is going to see a lot of revenue from credit cards. I've seen YouTubers saying $1 billion in revenue, guys. No. I would say, if anything, the benefit of a credit card is you get to know your customers better because they're targeting AMC Investor Connect members.
That's right.
Right. And it gives them additional data on you. But in terms of this being a big money maker for the company, I would say don't count on that.
But popcorn could be. Popcorn
Yes,
could do
popcorn
very
could
well
be.
for them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said they were supposed to be by the end of the first quarter, right? We would have at least some product out. Wasn't that the? Or I know that was the rumor we talked about.
Yeah, I forget what he said now. Forget what he said,
Okay.
but I'm hoping that by our earnings announcement, we get some news on popcorn also.
By the way, Maggie, thank you for the super chat. Said stay safe in DC is not Rhode Island. I will, Maggie. Thank you. You've been to DC before, right, T?
Yeah, a couple times.
Right?
Couple times.
Yeah.
I love that city.
I do too.
A lot of traffic.
I love DC. Yeah.
I was telling the story a couple nights ago when I was just there recently. I went with my parents and my two boys, and we were just doing kind of, I think I talked to you about this before, U.S. Revolutionary History type tour. We went to Philadelphia, Boston, D.C., Baltimore, and a couple of other places. But when we were in D.C., we were over by the White House, and we decided to get an Uber and go over to the Arlington Cemetery for the changing of the guard, or is that what they call it there?
Yep. Yeah. Unknown soldier.
Yep. Yeah. And the Uber pulled up, and I said, "Can you take us to Arlington Cemetery? You can practically see it, from across the bridge over by the White House." He's like, "Well, you're going to need to tell me the address. I don't know where it is."
Arlington Cemetery.
Like,
what?
How can you be a Uber driver in DC and not know where Arlington Cemetery is?
Seriously? Wow. I mean, it is in Langley, correct?
I mean, but you would think that those guys are
he would know how the hell to get there
to all the tourist spots, right?
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, he could get you the Smithsonian, a couple other places, including Arlington. Yeah, you would think.
I will blame that. I'll blame that on Uber. Drivers don't last long. There's always new people coming in, and
turnover.
These guys are coming in from outside the city because they know they can make money in DC, but they don't have a fucking clue about
where they're
DC.
going. Yeah.
God, that was so irritating.
Yeah. By the way, I meant to ask you: Have you seen anything down there about El Paso and downtown El Paso, like being like really bad for as far as like people stuck trying to cross the border in downtown El Paso, like lots of people on the streets, and then they supposedly cleaned it up from when Biden came or something. Was that true?
I did see that headline. I saw the headline that they cleaned it up.
Was that true? They did that?
I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure they did.
So it is bad down there right now in El Paso, not in Austin, but El Paso.
Anywhere, any of the border towns, it's pretty bad right now. They're being overwhelmed.
Man, I don't know how they're handling it. I don't even understand. I mean, Mayor Adams is up here crying like a bitch because there's like 3,000 people added to a city of 8 million. I'm like, they said the streets of El Paso were packed with people, like wall to wall, all over the place.
Yep.
What are you crying about?
Captain Arma says, going Tuesday to try the Oreo popcorn. That does look good. I'm waiting till February to try it because I'm doing 30 days hardcore carnivore. I did try the caramel corn, or caramel, however you want to say it, about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Good.
And I like caramel corn, but my basis for judgment was the caramel corn that my mom used to make homemade, which is absolutely the best.
I bet.
I would not order AMC's caramel corn again.
No,
it was too sweet for me.
Okay. Like, have you ever had poppycock? Do they have poppycock in Texas?
What is that? It's a mix of like kettle corn and caramel?
Yes, and nuts. Sometimes they have peanuts in it, or you can get cashews, or they like it's like almost like a brittle kind of, but it's, you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it. I don't like peanuts in my popcorn.
I don't either.
But I
wonder if you guys had it down there.
I am going to get a movement going to start hashtagging Adam Aaron every day. Win kettle corn.
Win kettle corn?
Yeah, I want to see some kettle corn in AMC.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, or
with a real
kettle.
Cheddar. With a real, they have cheddar.
That would be cool. That would be.
They have cheddar popcorn. It's pretty good.
No, do they have white cheddar? Yeah. Okay. Kettle corn would be a good idea though with the kettle. That would be great, right? I bet you that would sell really well, and they could probably make.
Have you Have you ever been to a carnival and walked past a kettle corn booth and the smell of it just draws you
unbelievable. Yeah. That and the donuts, those little fried donuts. I used to get them. I don't know if they have them in Texas. I used to have them up in Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Vancouver area. These little like freshly fried donuts with like cinnamon and sugar on them. Oh my God. Yeah, but kettle corn's it's a distinct smell, and it does suck you in.
Sergeant B says, any illegal migrants running through your backyard? I haven't seen any illegal migrants, but we do have a bad homeless problem in Austin, and I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. Like the homes here are 500 to 1.3 million, and every night, if your car door is unlocked, someone's going to be checking every door in the neighborhood every night.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
In your neighborhood?
No. Wow. Yes. Every night. And it's rampant all over the city. And that's not just my neighborhood. I'm just saying I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. Every neighborhood has this because I'm on next door and I have the Ring app and I see the videos every day. Accidentally left my doors unlocked. They ransacked my car. I am fanatic about locking my doors because I know what they do. One night about 4 or 5 months ago, apparently I forgot. And I went out to my SUV about noon, and the passenger door was open, and they had ransacked the center console and the glove box, papers thrown everywhere. Left the door open.
One night.
Left the door open.
Left the door open. Didn't close it to make noise. Didn't want to make noise.
Yeah, drained my battery down with the dome light being on. But yeah, one night. I don't even get a chance for one mistake.
Jeez, that's crazy. I can't believe that. So it is every night then. I mean, there's no way. That's a 1 in a million. Unless they're there every night.
They go through about 3, 4 in the morning when everybody's asleep, and they check every fucking car door.
Man, that's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, it's just I don't think I've ever seen the homeless this bad across the country as a whole. I don't think I've ever seen San Diego, Austin, even up here. I mean, some of the New England towns. I mean, it's not as bad because of how cold it is right now, but in the summertime, we'll get an influx of people. Up in New Hampshire, there's a lot, but nothing compared to probably what you guys have down the border states, like you say. We just don't get enough of a picture of it up here. We just get little snippets, But you're pretty far from the border as far as mileage, right? You're about 500 miles from the border of Texas and Mexico, or is it less?
To Mexico, it's at least about a 6-hour drive, maybe 8.
Okay,
pretty far.
Okay.
I mean, you can be
about 500
You
miles.
can be on the coast in less than 4 hours if you go down to Galveston or Corpus, 3 hours even. But to go all the way down to Mexico, El Paso, Del Rio, any of those, it's a long drive.
Okay.
But homeless, irregardless, the mentally unstable and the drug users everywhere, fucking where around here.
Really?
And the city does nothing about it. And those are the ones that ransack your cars and pick up your packages. You can't, I got Ring doorbell just so I would know when an Amazon delivery came. You can't have a package out there for, more than a few minutes. Somebody will come steal it. Yeah.
Jeez, man, that's tough. Tough. Shit. And it hasn't always been like that, I'm sure, right? This has got to be in the last 10 years, probably.
No. It gets worse every year. Someone said lock and load time. Yeah. Unfortunately, in Texas, you can't shoot someone ransacking your car.
No, right? No. But you do have the castle doctrine, right? If someone enters your house, you can, you have all legal authority, right? Yeah.
Just make sure they're through the threshold. And if they aren't, drag them.
That's what they say. Man, I like that. You'd never hear that here. God.
Not legal advice, but
no.
I did hear that from an attorney. When I bought my very first shotgun for home defense, I rented a video on Texas gun laws, and he jokingly said that. Like, you need to make sure when the police arrive that the body is through your threshold.
Right, just in case. Yeah. So if he's not dragging across the threshold.
If someone's banging on your door and you open it and they run away, you cannot shoot them.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We definitely have a mental health problem in America. Yeah. I think there's definitely some crossbreeding, if you want to say, going on between mental health and drug abuse, but there's also people just have mental health and people who are just drug addicts. And then you have the mix, right? Some who have both issues at the same time. And they're all getting they're you know, it's crazy. They're giving them money for cigarettes and like
Free
clean injection
drugs.
places. Yeah, free drugs
drugs.
and pipes. It's like what are we doing, people? Hello. Jesus. What are we doing? Handing out crack pipes to people. Clean crack pipes and knives. I mean, needles. Man.
I think what they ought to do, and some people would call this extreme, but I also think it's actually a loving thing to do, is and there are some cities I've seen on YouTube that do this. Round them all up and take them to a designated property where you provide them housing and food and access to social services, but you give them a job in that community. It's just a community of homeless people far away from the city.
Okay. Like a commune.
And once they're clean or they have a skill and they can prove that, that they're not on drugs, then they can be released back into society. It's not jail. You're giving them accommodations and food and care, but you're getting them out. You're getting them out of the community where they're causing property crime.
Right.
And violent crime.
Right. You're also taking them out of the area, right, to not inflict crime anymore, and getting them clean and getting them some type of skill, and you're housing them and feeding them for the time. It's kind of a good idea. No one's ever proposed that to the city council?
there are some of those that are actually working. And I'm not talking about a homeless camp where you have miniature housing right in the middle of the city. I'm talking about far away, where you give them, you're still expending the same money and resources on them, but you're providing them a structured environment.
Yeah. Whether it be agricultural, you could set up manufacturing plant,
job training,
farming, training. Yeah. It could be computer stuff. Yeah. Angelina said, who's going to pay for that? I mean, we're
already paying for it.
You're paying billions of dollars in all these democratic cities for these programs already. Yeah.
We're in Austin. We're fucking buying hotels. The city is buying hotels to put these in. And I saw in New York City, they're putting them in nice hotels.
Yes.
And the staff
5-star resorts.
The staff is saying we've lost control of this building.
Yes. Yes. They're all filled with migrants. Yes. Yes. And the migrants are upset and they're throwing their food away. I saw bags and bags of food that they were dumping out on one of the news stations the other morning. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is crazy. Yeah, I saw the general manager of one of the hotels. I forget if it was the Ritz or Four Seasons. I think it was the Four Seasons. And he was on saying they've lost control of the hotel, that the guests run the place. They're not allowed to say anything. I'm like, man, we have hit some points of no return here in a couple of places, unfortunately for folks. Oh, Lo, I saw that. Actually, yeah, the one I thought I saw was called, by the way, Lo says, what's up? Guys, watch the Fight for the Soul of Seattle on YouTube. Great inter-society decay and the government's ineptitude. Maybe it was Seattle. I think that it was Seattle, Lo. But there's also one called Vancouver is Dying. It's almost like, if it looks like it's actually the same movie pretty much, but just 25 miles or 250 miles north. But yeah, I've seen that. It's crazy.
I just watched another one on a city outside of LA that is in a major state of decline. I'm trying to remember which city it was.
Yes, Mike. Which city?
I'm trying to remember. I got to look at a map because I can't think of it.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to refer to them as economic migrants.
Economic migrant. People experiencing job loss. People experiencing homelessness. I think that's what we're supposed to call them.
Is it really? That's what it's called. That's
in Austin. Yes, I'm not joking. They passed a rule. You can't call them homeless. They're people experiencing homelessness.
Oh man.
What frickin' city was it outside? I think it was outside of LA that was basically
Palm Springs?
No.
Outside
It was,
of LA.
I mean, the guy was going around interviewing people. I mean, the homeless camps were everywhere.
Maybe San Jose? Was it San Jose?
Not San Jose. No.
Outside of LA.
Let me check up by San Francisco. Maybe I don't know my California geography good enough. I'm just scrolling through the Google Maps trying to see if I recognize it.
It's in Southern Cal?
I don't remember the if I knew the name of the city, I'd tell you.
That's true.
Well,
Connect. Santa Barbara?
No, it was one word.
One word. Bakersfield?
No. Oh, I'll think of it in a minute. You know how your brain works when you stop trying to think of something, it'll pop in.
Yep. Maggie, have a good night. Thank you so much, Maggie. Yeah, it's not Compton.
It might have been Compton, but
Anaheim.
It was Anaheim. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
Okay. Scott Gray, nice call.
What is Anaheim?
That's the big city where Disney is. It's east of LA County. Like kind of like southeast, I think, of the city. That's where Disney is.
I haven't lived in California since I was like 1.5 years old. So I don't remember all the geography.
Good night, Angelina. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was Anaheim.
Yeah, I bet you that was it. Not Santa Cruz, right?
No, it wasn't 2 words.
Okay.
Anaheim sounds right.
Oh, right.
Are they experiencing a lot of homelessness and raising rents in Anaheim?
Around the stadium? Around the stadium is pretty bad right now. Yeah. What are you smoking for a stogie right now?
This is a brand I have not tried before. What is it called? I bought 2 of them, 2 different ones. It is called Rocky Patel.
Good.
This one's pretty good. This was aged 12 years.
12 years, huh?
Limited rare second edition. Oh, sorry. This one's aged 2 years. My bad. I guess I was looking at the wrong box. I thought it said age 12 years. Maybe I didn't buy the 12-year one because it was too expensive.
FTWNF says, Mass, wait till you go to DC 10 City. Me and Netsuka just went. Really? I don't know if we're gonna get there. I mean, I'm gonna be trying to record a bunch of stuff probably.
You're not gonna get to
do much sightseeing. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna do any sightseeing at all, really. Yeah, I'm gonna be down there working pretty much.
The Vendovasher says you cannot get flavored vape juice in California. Well, next time you're in Texas, Devender, load up.
Can't get it here either in Rhode Island. No flavored vape juice.
Really? No flavored? Well, can you order it in the mail?
Nope. They won't ship it to Rhode Island or Massachusetts. You have to go to New Hampshire. You got
to be kidding me.
Nope. For a flavor, New Hampshire. I usually get like 3 or 4 balls when I go. Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. But they still have menthol cigarettes. It's nuts. Plenty of weed. All the weed you can smoke. No flavored fruit flavored vapes with nitroglycerin and vegetable glycerin in it. It's like, really? Okay. T, I don't know what time you were planning on staying on to, but I'm planning the next 2 nights. I'm going to go on tomorrow night and Tuesday night. And I have uploads for tomorrow and Tuesday as well for the
Okay.
WEF video that I was working on. By the way, have you got to see any of the footage from that? Or any thoughts on some of the things that have been floating around, the ideas floating around out there, the microchips and the swallow, the microchips and pills, and the crickets for dinner. I mean, I love that. The man, and I've seen some shotgun journalism going on, man. I saw Borla got confronted in the street. I saw Greta Thunberg. Man, they're relentless out there. I'm like, that's my kind of journalism.
I've been just really deep down, doing deep dives on all of these freaking stock questions. So I'm scanning the headlines coming out of the World Economic Forum. I
hear you.
haven't been paying a lot of attention to it. It would probably make me very angry. And there's already enough emotion and drama going on with stock stuff. I don't need that. I don't need that like setting the bomb off in my brain.
I know. It's good to know what they're talking about.
I will,
because it seems like they're always predicting what's going to happen next. Like
one day when I'm feeling really happy, I'll just go do a deep dive on everything that was said and done at the WEF.
Yep, I hear you.
I need like, can we stop squeezing penny stock so I can have a free day and like work on something else?
I know. Well,
Maggie, thank you.
That's your forte. Maggie, thank you, Don. That's your forte. I mean, I understand why you're always looking into it. I mean,
I'm interested. I'm very interested. I mean, my education was in economics. I'm not like just ignoring it because it's not interesting to me. I just literally have not had time. I'd go into a rabbit hole of WEF and I'd be down there for days.
I know. It's tough. You can get lost. Like connecting all the dots. I thought the greatest thing the other day was when Al Gore said, so, we passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which is actually a climate change bill. And he just said it right out there. I'm like, motherfucker. Wow. No shame, huh, Al? Man.
I did see that clip where he was talking about boiling the ocean and rain bombs. Was that the word he used?
Yes, rain bombs. Yeah, instead of
the oceans are boiling. Yeah. I'm like, I hadn't seen any oceans boiling, Al, but nice hyperbole.
Jeez, the fear mongering is strong with these ones, I tell you. Tony or Mass, have either one of you had a chance to look at Cybin stock? And if so, what do you think of it? So I own, I have some Cybin stock, Alan. What do I have? Sensonomics, I think was the name of the company that I bought way back when. Way back. Did I swear? Sorry. Did I swear? My bad. Sorry. Yeah, Sensonomics. I haven't checked into. I was following it for a while actually, and I was following all of the new research that was coming out, some of the data that was coming out, and I kind of fell off in like the last since I moved. I haven't kept up with it, but I'm gonna start looking into it again now that I'm all settled in and everything.
I have not ever heard of that company, but I'll add it to my when I have time list. While I have you here, Massalorian, I've been getting a lot of questions on Palantir. And I know you know a lot more about that one than I do. Can you just give us your rundown? I don't know how much you know, but I know you know more than I do. Give us your thoughts on Palantir real quick, because that has been, people keep asking about it.
Okay, so my only position on Palantir is if you believe that the World Economic Forum will succeed with their trying to transform this, new world order or great reset or whatever, Palantir, their software, would be huge for them to implement a lot of the things they want to do as far as software, tracking data, tracking personal data. And that's, I think, why they have been involved with Davos and Bilderberg all this time. I think that their software is going to be used. It's already used by a lot of militaries across the world right now, and healthcare systems. A lot of healthcare systems have used it to track patient data. So if you believe in that theory, then Palantir and their software will be implemented at some point worldwide. We will be using it in many, many different systems for them to be able to track you and information on a real-time basis, and take that information and predict outcomes for you as far as buying patterns and all kinds of personal quirks that you might have, and ways people can make money from learning about that information. So
Palantir, I'm looking at their quarterlies. They are growing their gross revenue, but they have a net income problem.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, they're going to be a little while. It's a long-term buy and hold for me. I mean, I haven't sold any shares since I bought. I'm hanging on to it till at least probably 2026, 2027. It's going to take them a little while.
Right now, it's damn near the all-time low for Palantir stock.
Very close. Yep.
If you like that thesis that it is going to become more and more used by governments or whoever their customers are, I need to do a fresh deep dive on Palantir because I bought it back when it was meme stock status back in 2021, and then I sold it because I bought it in that one period of time where it was just trading sideways.
Okay. Yeah. So after Kathy Woods.
No, back in 2021.
Okay.
I held it for several months. I forget how many, but it was not doing anything. And I was like, well, I can make better use of this money. I was not like, I was only trading it for potential momentum and there was none. So I dumped it. And I'm glad I did in retrospect because now it's come down, but I would consider it at this price. But right now I just know nothing about what their prospects are for turning a profit. So it's on my list to get to know them better and decide if this low that they're in right now justifies buy a little bit and hold it for 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, Alex Karp has come out, the CFO, and said many times, don't plan on, flipping or scalping or day trading Palantir. It's just that's not what our company is about. We are a buy and hold company. So if you're looking for quick returns, don't invest in Palantir. He's come out and said that in interviews numerous times.
He was at the WEF, right? I thought I saw.
Yeah, they have a huge building there with their name right out front. Everyone was walking by it the other day. It was all over the news.
That could be a good tip that you might not want to ignore this company.
100%. So the reason
why he's getting in with the right people.
Yep. Yeah. These are the future. These are the world economic young leaders that have infiltrated the cap. I mean, I know Jacinda just stepped down from New Zealand, but she was WEF. Trudeau's WEF. There's a lot of WEFs out there in cabinets all across the world. So if they can take Pete Buttigieg, if he becomes president in 2024, welcome to a world of Palantir. It's coming.
Did you see the news article that Candace is asking about? I did see a tweet with a photo of cows wearing masks and diapers. I did not look up the article to see if that was a joke or if it was real, but there was a country or a municipality, I think in Europe, that was saying it just doesn't make sense to me. They were going to try and put diapers and masks on cows to reduce methane emissions. I'm like, that just at the face of it doesn't seem like anybody would say that.
You can't trap gas with diapers.
Exactly. Or a mask. And cows aren't going to wear a mask anyways. But there was a photo of a cow wearing a diaper that was pretty hilarious.
Oh my God. No. And since when are cows burping methane? I don't think they burp methane, do they? It comes out one end, doesn't it? No, I'm pretty sure it comes out one end.
Have not owned a cow yet. Don't know the specifics on burping methane.
Someone said Palantir is Skynet. Pretty much. Palantir is supposed to be Skynet. I mean, they say that's what they used to catch bin Laden. I know they used it to take down the biggest ivory smuggling ring between the sub-Saharan African continent and China. They used Palantir software to take out the whole entire crew. It was like a $2 billion black market smuggling operation for ivory from, like I said, Africa back to China. And they use Palantir software to do that. And the rumor is that they took up in line with Palantir, but I can't find any documentation to back it up. And I've looked, trust me. There's nothing out there that the CIA has released, at least.
Lucy
yeah, right,
says,
Lucy.
Yeah, and how many politicians do you know that have ocean
live on the
property?
ocean? Yeah.
I know
including
a bunch.
Obama, right in Martha's Vineyard, right down the street.
I don't see many of them that are moving up to the mountains.
No.
The oceans are gonna rise in the next 5 years.
I know.
Yet they all
you would think Al Gore. No. You would think Al Gore would be airlifting Obama out of Martha's Vineyard right now, right? As soon as he gets back. T, you okay if we go till say 1 o'clock, another 20 minutes?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore your comment earlier. I was reading.
Oh no, that's okay.
Okay. 1 o'clock sounds good. Midnight my time. I'm gonna try and get up around 4 or 5 in the morning. So
me too. That's why I want to get up early tomorrow. Yep, I gotta finish this video.
Get fresh eyes on GNS and Hellbiz and
Weezer. So what's your thoughts on Weezer then? You think you go a bit tomorrow in pre-market and then
I think there's enough clickbait nonsense to push it up at least potentially, possibly Monday and maybe part of Tuesday. And then I think if I get in it for a day trade like that, I would want to be out of it before they do a reverse split. Wait for it to crash back down, and then maybe I need to do a little. I was looking at their website and their products. I need to look at their inventory levels. I looked at the financials, but I didn't dive deep into their inventory. I need to see, like, by the end of this year, he was saying in his interview with our friend in New York that by the end of this year, they're expecting to get new product out there and people start buying it. So maybe by then, if you buy it cheap enough, you could get a return on your money. But they maybe you could get a return on your money, but they need to get profitable. They're not profitable right now.
Yeah. That's the bottom line, right? Yeah.
I would not be surprised. I'm gonna call it now, Mass.
Okay.
They're gonna do a reverse split followed by a dilution.
That's a great guess. I think you might be onto something.
And we know from history that on failing, money-losing penny stock companies, when they're already going into the shitter, they reverse split to not get delisted. The only salvation they have to not be a failing trash stock is to raise more money so they can survive till they get healthy. And they had 3 months of cash left on the balance sheet. And they just did a $7.5 million raise. So that bought them about another 4 months.
Okay.
So I think they've got to do another dilution.
Yeah, they're in trouble. Yeah. And just think about this, Tony. Can you imagine the CEO that gets in bed with Lou vs. Wall Street to talk about a stock? I mean, did you do any vetting at all? Any?
I bet he fucking met that dude at the coffee shop.
Exactly, met him.
And you just randomly buy a stock and start talking about it. A failing company that's about to do a reverse split that is under multiple warnings from the exchange for delisting. And that's the one out of the thousands of stocks that you could tell your folks about. That is the one you pick.
It's insane.
He's being paid, or he met the guy and said, I can talk this up for you. Toss me a few shares, something.
Yeah. That sounds like exactly what it's
just happened. The theories that go through my head.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a stock that anyone in their right mind would ever recommend to anybody.
No. Why would you try and get your people involved with that, with the possibility that they might not get out in time? He knows his demographics. He knows what his subscribers, how old they are.
Every single play every single play he's pushed pretty much has run up. If you get in on the first day. But
right.
the problem is
then he continues to push it.
He doesn't stop talking about it. Like, just tell your people to sell.
Right. Get him out. Right. Get him out with you. Yeah. Unfortunately, he doesn't tell him to sell. He tells him it's going to triple digits, or it's going back to $8, or there's going to be a second squeeze. I mean, I've heard it all. He
literally told the CEO, "Do not reverse split your stock because I can see you getting to $1." I'm not kidding. He said, "Do not reverse your stock. I see you can easily get to $1 organically." And I'm like, dude, they're going to be delisted in less than 30 days.
Oh my God.
For being under 10 cents for 10 days.
He's going to put this guy out of business.
You're advising the CEO that it's okay. That CEO was like, "No, we're going to reverse split. $1, $1.05, 95 cents. That is not enough breathing room for us. We don't want to be under the knife again in 45 days."
Right. Yeah.
They're going to reverse split it.
Yeah. They want to get out from under that. They're not looking to get right back into it again, They want one and done.
Don't worry. Lou said it's going to be fine. You'll be fine.
Jeez.
Wireless speakers are in hot demand.
I mean, how much of these weren't the same? These guys weren't from like a Shark Tank show or something, were they? The guys who started this company, do you know? They weren't, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. I thought I saw that somewhere on social media today. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a Shark Tank company, is it? I'm like, what is he talking about on here?
They have some interesting technology, like a Wi-Fi home entertainment wireless speaker system. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you own rabbits, you need this technology.
Like for surround sound?
Yeah.
Like a surround sound? Okay.
Wireless. I'm seriously considering buying it. I was just yelling at Scarlett last week because my surround sound, the speakers that are behind the couch, the rabbits ate the cables.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, we must be pissed.
Yeah.
Yep, that would make me mad.
It's like a 50-foot cable that goes from the TV all the way around the room, so I'm sure I haven't even priced how much those cables are going to be to replace. It's a Bose surround sound system that I have. But I'd consider a wireless surround sound system.
Sure.
I like their technology. Just right now, the company's struggling a little bit. Nothing against their product.
Right.
It looks nice. I like it.
It's the numbers that are bad. Yeah. Sergeant Beef says, "Gotta electrify those cables."
Don't think I haven't thought about like rat poison, like make it into a liquid and rub it all along the cable.
Make sure Scott's not listening in the background. Be careful. Man, poor rabbits, they're in trouble. Jeffrey Cardoza says, "Is BBBY ready for a bounce?"
BBBY, I want you to look at the tickers AVCT and PRTY, and that is your forecast. That is your forecast for BBBY. You'll notice that both of them end with a Q now.
Yeah, BBY's. I think.
Let me just put up for those who like visuals. Let me just put up the charts.
Wow. Holy smokes.
This is AVCT. And if I zoom in, zoom to the point where it's so funny, Massalorian, how right about here, they were warning that they were going to file for Chapter 11. Then all the clickbaiters on YouTube go wild. Guys, this is bullish. Do you remember
Here
Hertz?
We go.
Do you remember Hertz? Now's the time to buy. Don't worry about Chapter 11. It's just a reorganization. I'm bullish. I'm still holding. In fact, I'm buying more, guys. That's what they were saying in this time frame that ran
Yep.
it up. And then what
Yes.
happened? Whoop!
Yep.
Chapter 11
Off the
got
cliff.
filed. Ooh, guys, we got some bad news today. I'm still bullish.
They rug pulled. They rug pulled
All
us.
right. I'm not joking. This is literally, you can YouTube search AVCT. These videos exist in the last couple of weeks. Then you go to PRTY, same fucking clowns saying the same bullshit. Guys, this is really bullish. Don't worry about the potential of chapter 11. It's just a reorganization. You'll be fine.
Oh my God.
Look, they ran it up after they warned about chapter 11. They fucking ran it up, these fucking clickbaiters.
Wow.
And then whoop, the chapter 11. Oh, I don't know why this news is running the price down 300%, but we'll probably be fine. I'm still bullish. You can get it even cheaper now.
Unbelievable.
No. You're in this right now. What I call, look, I put a picture up. You're in this phase right now for BBBY, and I call it the warning is in. This is the warning is in phase. This is what I call the stupid FOMO phase, and this is what I call the reality sets in phase.
Right. That's high enough. All right, time.
Once the chapter 11 is filed, BBBY is going to fall through the floor.
Yeah, just like it did when didn't the same thing happen when Cohen made that announcement?
Remember they ran it up. They ran it up and then it tanked. But I mean, this is even worse with BBBY. Do not underestimate what is going to happen when chapter 11 is filed. It's going to go from $3.35 to 75 cents in a couple days. You're going to get smoked on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely time to start shorting BBBY. Shit. Oh, boy. Clark says looking for a third short squeeze play. Clark, man. I would like to really be able just to go back to getting some nice scalps. But this market just isn't built for that right now. It's, I mean, you really got to do some good DD and be on top of the news and first to see things, Any kind of catalyst news that drops. If you want to try to get something on the run a little bit, it just ain't the same as it was in 2021. Not even close. Not even close.
Someone was asking about space. Do you own any space?
No. Do you?
I did. I'm trying to log in right now and see if I still have it. I put it on hold and forget about it. Hang on one second. God damn it.
Sitting alone, Matt says, Tony, sounds like it's time for rabbit stew.
I know.
Rabbit's good stuff. I like rabbit.
I joke about it. I tell Scarlett all the time the rabbits are going to be kicked outside with the chickens.
Have you had rabbit before?
Yeah.
Have you ever? Yeah, it's not bad.
Let me see if I still own space. If I own it, I'm probably about 90% in the red.
Oh.
I had a theory. I think the reason that I bought it is it was cyclical based on good launch news.
Uh-huh.
And then that didn't pan out once I bought it. It was a great theory based on the chart. Every time they had a launch, they'd get these spikes. Doop, doop,
yep.
Doop, doop. And then I probably bought it right about here, Massalorian.
I can't see.
You can't see. Sorry.
No.
Look, here you go. Launch. Denaro buys it.
Oh, boy. Really?
Yeah, let me see. Hang on one second. I think they flubbed something recently. But if you're able to buy it now and you believe in the future of that company, I still like the company. They just haven't been super successful recently. And I bought it for I bought it initially to take advantage of those launch momentum trades, but now I'm just an investor. I went from a momentum trader to an investor.
Hey, look, maybe it will turn around someday. You never know, right?
Let's see. I just got logged in. Do I still own space? Nope, I sold it.
You did?
Yeah, let me see when I sold it. I probably said, fuck this shit. Space.
I'm trying to see on the chart here. What was the last time it had that run up there? What did it run up to? Like, it looks like it's at what, $70, $60?
It's at $5.19, but yeah, it ran up to $60.
Jeez, what a shit place to get in, huh? Of all places.
I sold it on October 26th. All right. So
it's not that bad.
I sold. That was right around when the economy was starting to tank.
Okay.
I sold it at $16.
Yeah.
What did I buy it at? I'm pretty sure I took a loss on it. I can't even go far. I must have bought it in 2021. I can't go back far enough to find it.
They won't give you over a year on your chart there?
No, I'm looking at my broker for previous transactions.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember. Let me see if I can find it in the cell, if it says what my basis was. No, it doesn't say on this sell order what my basis was. Well, I forget, guys, but I'm pretty sure I did not make money on it.
Really? It won't tell you what your cost basis was on your sold
not on this sell order. No.
Transactions? No. Yeah, I get it, Divindo Washer. They were cooked in grease. I gotcha.
Oh well. Anyways, I don't have anything against the company, but I think that it is very news event driven, and there's just no good news. There's no good news on it right now.
Yeah.
I was solely in it for momentum play. Gosh, when did I buy it? When did I mean, if I bought it, I'm looking back a year and I can't find when I bought it. Like, surely if I bought it more than a year ago, no.
It would be on there, no?
Yeah, you would think. The heck?
Did you buy it on a different brokerage?
No. I'm looking on the broker that I sold it on, so I must have bought it on that broker.
Yeah, it must have bought it on that one, yeah. I'm tired too. I did the WEF video this morning, and then I saw some posts on Twitter, and I'm like, I gotta switch this up. I'm like, I can't release this tonight. I gotta do a video about the protest. So then I was like, threw that burner and then started a whole new video again.
Oh, I can do a date filter. Set any date going back 5 years. All right, let me see when I can do this and find out when I bought it.
No, Mike, what is notice from Weeble?
They're switching to what is it they're switching to?
I didn't even see an email from them.
January 2020, that your request exceeds the 90-day range. Well, fuck you.
I want to take you back 90 days?
No, I can set a custom date range, but I can only set it 90-day window.
Oh.
Let me check Q4 of 2021. I must have bought it in 2021. Sorry, I know this is boring.
It's all good.
Keep filling in the airtime there, Massalorian.
Yeah, sure.
Now I'm just curious how bad of a bath I took on this thing.
Yeah, I hear you. Candace says something to do with Apex. I didn't understand it. Something to do with Apex clearing, T?
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're changing the way that they're reporting trades, where they don't give all the customer details. If I can summarize that, I forget the phrase. Someone asked me about it on Twitter, and I looked it up. But the thing is, I think they ostensibly are doing it for customer security reasons.
Okay.
But the bad news is the SEC has warnings out against brokers doing this sort of thing because money laundering can happen if not all of the customer details are provided.
Okay.
So that was the concern. I bought it on November 19th, 2021. All right.
November 2021.
So that would be, I bought it at $16.95.
Oh, so you didn't take a beating at all.
When did I say I sold it?
I thought you said 16 something.
No, I lost. I'm looking at my buy price. I lost about 2/3. Yeah, I lost about 70%. November 19th, 2021, I bought it.
Good night, guys.
And I sold it October 2022. Oh, all right. That's $5.
Okay, then you lost 2/3. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty close. From 16 to 5. Yeah. That makes more sense.
Not all of them are winners on this channel.
And I don't do that.
Sometimes you gotta, if you figure like this company's not doing anything anytime soon, let me redeploy what I have left into something I can make money on.
Yeah. Yep. I had to bite the bullet on a couple. of them. Bill Biv did vote. Thank you, man. What's up, lip gloss? Man, come on, bro. Chapstick.
BBD, what's up?
Chapstick, brother.
What's up? Are you lip glossing it?
He's talking to me because I put my chapstick on, but it's cold up here today. It's a little chilly at nighttime here. BBD knows what I'm talking about. He's right down the street.
The vendor washer says Karen C never showed up, so I'm going to find her. Oh my gosh, we got a stalker in the chat.
Thank you, by the way, man.
Do you know where she lives, Devender? Good night, Sergeant Beef. George Triple Sev says Weeble extended transfer of MMTLP till February 3rd. I don't know what that means. I listened in to some MMTLP space calls over this weekend. I heard there was a little bit of drama going on, but I didn't. I missed that particular space call.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know what's going on with people receiving their shares, but I would say, guys, the interview with Roger James Hamilton and John Berta that I tweeted out and put on my community tab, it's on Roger's YouTube channel, the CEO of Genius. You should go watch that. He is interviewing John Berta, and John did a excellent breakdown of all of the shenanigans and manipulation that was going on in his stock, like how the short interest just went away. And then he called the exchange and they told him, if you believe him, which I do, they told him, sorry, that those shorts got moved overseas, so we don't track it anymore.
What? That's what their exchange told him?
Yes.
Wow. Wait. Okay. So say that one more time. I'm just writing this down. Which interview was it that you said to watch?
It's a recent look. You can go to my community tab or my Twitter, and I posted it in both places because I think this is good information for those of you like me that want to know real life experiences of manipulation. John Berta was the CEO of Torchlight, which then got merged in with MMAT and spun off the preferred shares MMTLP. When he was the CEO of Torchlight, he had a high short interest, and then one day it dropped, and he called the exchange, and they're like, yeah, I've never seen this before. I didn't actually know this could happen. This is what the exchange told him, but those shorts got moved overseas, and we don't report short interest overseas. So essentially it's gone away.
Oh my God.
But they basically are hiding it. That, I mean,
wow. That's blatant manipulation. Yeah. Blatant.
yes.
Yeah.
If what he's saying is true, and I have no reason to believe that it's not,
Yep.
that is one way that they fuck us over.
Yeah. And don't think it doesn't happen on probably other
Anything they
small
can
companies like
legally
that.
do to hide shit, what they did was not illegal.
Yeah.
But anything they can legally do to hide shit is why I'm in some of these plays, because that is just kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys got reamed all the way to MMTLP taken private. They were one step ahead of them the entire fucking time.
Yeah, right.
Then they spun off this preferred share of certain assets of Torchlight when they merged with MMAT, and those were never supposed to trade. And then without his knowledge or his consent, some market maker created trading on MMTLP. They filled out the forms with incorrect information and created trading on MMTLP.
Unbelievable.
So that they could ostensibly continue shorting it down more or get out of their shorts.
Man, that's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, this is why I think it's important we go to let the SEC know that, let's just start doing some more investigating, huh?
Yeah, I think we should never ever stop squawking, making noise, complaining, never go away. If I got to do it the rest of my life, if we never win, we can't let up. We can't let up.
Nope.
And we're going to lose some. We're going to lose. I mean, MMAT people, MMTL people, MMTLP people. I'm not drunk. I'm just trying to talk too fast because I'm excited. These guys got fucked over.
Yeah, big time.
And now they're facing a very difficult, if not losing proposition in a legal battle. And even if they get a settlement, it's not going to be what they were expecting, which is why as a trader, I would have been out of that play at $10, or at least the day they announced the closure date of the stock. Like, some people want to go to the mat. I'll go to the mat. I'll go to zero. I'm not fucking going to zero. Once the game's over, I'm gonna take the money and run. I'm a trader.
Out. Yeah.
I'm a trader. Yeah. I want my profits. You were up to $10 or $12 on that stock, and you wrote it back down to $2, knowing good and well that it was going away, and you chose the legal battle. Look, I respect you, but I would have not have stayed in that play.
Hell no. I would have been gonzo at 8. Yep.
So I'm not nothing against those guys, anyone that's holding it. And I have people in my Discord that are holding it. Nothing against anyone that wants to fight that fight. But I want the money because I want to redeploy it to something else. And I don't want to be in a multi-year legal battle fighting FINRA, who's going to claim they have an exemption from being sued. It's a mess, Massalorian.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate that happened. A lot of people got shafted on that. Yeah. It is a mess.
Go watch the video, guys. And I want you to be listening halfway, 3/4 of the way in. I want you to be listening for the part that really stuck out in my mind, though, where he was talking about, thank God retail came to our rescue and ran our stock price up, and we were able to get out from under those convertible bonds. And our debt holder was very happy to make a nice, tidy profit on that. I want you to remember that when you're thinking about Genius and Created and Finger and GTII. These CEOs, guys, have another ulterior motive, and all these people that are pushing hiring Wes Christian, I think they're just like oblivious to how pushing this stuff benefits the CEOs, not retail. Because as soon as the debt holder is able to get out of that convertible bond, almost in every single case, these stocks tank, and you're going to be the bag holder. The CEO got money. They were able to issue shares on a run up, and the debt holder got out, and the CEO's happy that his balance sheet's cleared off. If you don't think that there's a chance you're getting played in all of these tickers, I think you're being a little bit naive. I'm just saying, consider the possibility. And all the people that are pushing this, I don't hear any of them talking about this. But I will, because I'm not here to make friends.
It's not a convenient truth.
I'm not here to make friends. But I love the people that are my friends. Thank you for being willing to listen to someone that might speak a different truth than you like to hear.
Yeah, thank you guys. And thanks for all you guys who helped out tonight with donations for the trip. Thanks to all the mods tonight, everyone who kicked in with some information. I saw a lot of you guys helping us out with questions that we had and times when we got stumped with towns and names of all kinds of things. So thank you guys for helping keeping the chat moving along. And I don't know who else was modding for me tonight. I had him for a little bit. I saw Lucy for a bit, and I saw Prometheus. And then T, you had some mods, right?
I had Lucy.
Angelina? Yep.
Lucy, I think Angelina was in here earlier.
Yes.
Thank you to the mods. Thank you to all the members that are supporting the channel. Anyone who sent a super chat tonight, you guys, it does help. As Massalorian was complaining about his $500-600 electric bill. It's not just that; it's the subscriptions. God damn, I can't talk tonight. The cost we have to pay for the tools to do all the due diligence, and you guys don't want to be paying $400 or $500 a month for access to tools. But the little, the super chats help cover all of that and defray that, and I do appreciate it truly.
Yeah, guys.
And
thank you.
it lets me know that people value someone who's not just here to feed you clickbait, someone who's not here to feed you hate and bring down other people in the community. We focus on DD and what the companies are telling us in their corporate communications. So for those of you that value that, welcome. I hope to see you back on the next one or on the live stream during the day. And yeah, you got anything else, Mass?
No, just want to say thank you so much to everyone who helped out with donations tonight to get me down there, because times are a little tough right now, just with getting through the move. And like I said, that 50% jump in the bills have been pretty rough. But I really thank you guys, because I think it's important we get down here and document this. And if you're still nervous about coming out, man, I got your 6 out there. If you're gonna plan on coming to DC, I wouldn't worry about any shenanigans. I think we'll have some able-bodied gentlemen there to help escort people away if it's necessary. But I don't even think that'll be necessary. I think we just need to get out there.
One last look at that beautiful setup you have there, Massalorian.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Oh boy,
it is looking nice. Like I feel like I need to spiff up my backdrop now.
Oh no, you got a nice background. I like your background.
Remember when I started, I just had a blank wall behind me?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's good stuff. Hey, well, it's been I mean, shit, we're coming up on 2 years. I mean, I've been, we've been doing this. So, especially with YouTube and, purchasing of AMC, so, yeah,
Galen, I see Galen's arguing with a robot. Galen, Streamlabs is not a person. He says, you've been waiting all your life to be a moderator. That's a robot, my friend. You're literally arguing with a robot.
By the way, James keeps putting, you people has Jonah Hill, Laura London, Eddie Murphy, and Julia Louis Dreyfus. Check out the trailer. Can't go wrong with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I saw that trailer. I have to admit, it was like pretty funny.
at least Galen has a good sense of humor about it.
He said, "Laugh."
I can turn the robot. Yeah. I can turn the robot off if you guys want to cuss. I don't mind curse language, but I'm trying to, because I drop a few F-bombs myself, as you guys know. But it can get bad when you have the really bad trolls come in. So
Yeah.
the Streamlabs, it's got its automatic filter. I don't set anything on the bot. It just screens out bad words. If you really want to curse, just put a space in between the letters. S space, H space, I space, T. It'll get through. The robot has its limitations.
You could trick it. It's not Chat GPT or whatever it's called yet, right? This super AI. Not yet. We're not there yet. It's just Streamlabs. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for everything tonight. And if you get a chance, check out Tony's video on, and I dropped a video about night, and I'm gonna up one tomorrow about the WEF, what went on last week, 3 key takeaways.
What
So,
day are you
appreciate you
heading up
guys.
to? What day are you heading to DC?
So I'll probably jump on the Thursday train like at 6 or 7 a.m. There's a couple that leave between like 6 and 10 to DC because they can't check in until like 3 o'clock anyway. So 6-hour train ride. I'll probably catch like the 6 or 7 o'clock train. So should get in around 2 or 3 o'clock, hopefully.
The
It's
protest
supposed to
is
be pretty
on
close to the hotel.
The protest is, if I'm correct, is on a Friday and Saturday.
Yes. Yeah. From what
Why?
I've heard, from what I've seen, I don't know why Saturday. I don't know.
That's what I was going to
But
ask you. Why Saturday? Nothing's open. It's going to be dead.
yeah, I don't know Saturday, but I have my hotel that I was only going to get 2 nights. I was only getting Thursday and Friday. They didn't have Saturday night available.
I'm predicting that on Saturday you guys are going to show up, wave some signs, and then run right over. Like within 20 minutes, go over to the Italian deli.
I don't even know what's you know what's around there?
Do
I don't
you
even know
get
what's
the
around
joke?
there.
Do you get the joke?
To the Italian jelly? The Italian deli?
Italian
No,
deli. The pizza shop.
what's gonna
Remember the last protest a year ago where 2 people showed up and then they went and got pizza? They went and got pizza like 15 minutes later.
I hope that's not what happens. I certainly hope not. But yeah, I'll be there Thursday, and I have to check out Saturday morning. So
Friday should be good. I look forward to, and I'm considering if there's a protest down in Fort Worth at the SEC. I'm considering going down there. I have not made up my mind, but we, as we said at the beginning of this, I support people's right to speak your mind. It's a free country. Just don't cause any trouble, and if trouble starts, get away.
If
safe.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any issues. Honestly, I really don't. But
I don't either.
Yeah, but if you do get brave and you want to come, I think my room has double beds in it. So if you need somewhere to crash,
I'm not coming to DC when they literally they've registered to protest in Fort Worth at the SEC there.
I hear you.
Or is it Houston? Either way, it's a 3-hour drive for me, whatever city it's in.
I think it's Fort Worth.
Fort Worth is, maybe I'll take Scarlett with me. We can go out dancing on Friday and Saturday night. I was just talking about that. I haven't been to Fort Worth. They got some good honky tonks up there. Huge.
There you go.
Maybe we will. I mean, maybe I could dual purpose that trip.
Yeah. Do a little live stream and
although how is she going to dance with a broken collarbone?
Yeah, that's not going to be easy. Yeah, you can't dance.
I've been saying no for the last 3 or 4 months because of my knee. But I think I could get away with dancing for a night. We did in Nashville when I was there a month ago. But I was in pain the entire next day. I could
Were
feel.
You? Yeah. You felt it, yeah. Oh, I bet you did. Yeah, from your knee, huh? Ah, jeez, that sucks. Yeah, she's not gonna be able to dance that much with that collarbone. No way.
Galen says, Tony, you were letting the cuss words fly the other night when you were taking shots evaluating Hellbiz. Yeah, people have been asking me. They said we need a night. Have you ever seen the drunk movie reviews?
From you?
Drunk book reading. There's these YouTube channels or TV shows where people get hammered and they either read a book or critique a movie. And they've been asking me to do drunk stock analysis.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I did with Hellbiz the other night. Although I was not drunk. I mean, by the end of the night,
you were feeling nice.
Yeah, by 2:30 in the morning, I was pretty hammered. But when I was doing the Hell Biz part early on, I was not. But that was fun. We should do more of those.
I thought it was a misprint this morning when it said you got off like 4 hours ago. I'm like, that can't be right. I'm like 7 o'clock.
No, Scarlett got asked to go babysit some 3 kids that were asleep. Her job started at 9 o'clock, and she's not working, so she's like, well, I could use $100, 120, whatever she made. So, and I said, all right, babysitting 3 kids that are sleeping, I can approve that, because all you got to do is sit on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty, you're not going to get hurt doing that.
Pretty safe, yeah.
So I just stayed up, and we did some Hell Biz review. We talked about WISA a little bit. We got into a lot of dating advice and masculinity, being a true masculine person in your dating and relationship world, and rejecting what modern media and society is telling you to hand over your masculinity. Fuck all that shit. We got on a lot of crazy topics, but it was a fun night. Good.
I'll have to watch some of that, especially the end of it. Justice for all. What's up, man?
Galen says, do I still believe in the AMC squeeze? Galen, my criteria for any squeeze, to repeat, any squeeze: high short interest, high cost to borrow, a loaded up options chain, and a catalyst on top of all those that nobody is expecting, that gets the buying pressure coming in. Now, the options chain could be preloaded, or it will load up when the catalyst is announced. But you get all of those things happening, any stock can squeeze. Right now, we don't have all of them together on this play, or GameStop, or anything. But you see every week what happens when buying pressure comes in. If there are any shorts, then things get moving. So yes, anything can squeeze.
We need some good news.
We got some of the criteria. We have a decently high short interest. We got hard to borrow, high cost to borrow. We need a catalyst. Otherwise, we're treading water until the industry recovers. So I'm okay with either scenario.
Yeah. But I like to see it come to an end sooner than later. I want to get paid. So.
All right. I'm going to let you hang up. Who is that? Scarlett's in the other room.
I got.
All right. Have a good night, Mass. I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes.
Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks, Steve. Love you, man. Okay.
Hey, don't forget to send me your new phone number.
I will. Don't worry.
All right.
All right. Good night, buddy. Good night, everyone.
Take care.
Love you guys. Thank you for everything. All right, bye.
Are y'all done watching the movie?
We're watching, the movie.
You want to come join in on the live stream?
No. Jessica went to bed like over an hour ago.
All right. What time is it?
I'm just watching my show.
12:23, and my expectation is to be up in about 4 hours. I should probably wrap it up. Gus says, I think the protest should be in front of Citadel. It depends on the regulating bodies are really the ones that can do something about all of the manipulation, and they're choosing not to because they're all in bed with this. They're tacitly allowing it. FINRA, the SEC, FINRA is comprised, and the DTCC, comprised of people that are in the fucking industry. Of course they're allowing it. They're not going to stop their own gravy train. The only one that has a prayer of stopping it is the SEC and the DOJ. But even, where do all the SEC people come from? Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. It's just this incestuous pool, and nothing is going to change until things crater one more time and Congress demands it out of embarrassment. Even Congress is in on it. Because where are they getting their donations from? Big money. What's his name down in Florida? Running for president. Ken Griffin, big donor. Wants to be Secretary of the Treasury. Everybody's fucking in on it, except us. It's a party and you're not invited. Look, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. This is real talk. All that being said, I'm a big advocate for fighting for market transparency and fairness and yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, until we get that, which we may never get that in our lifetime, but until we do, recognize the rules in the game and the field you're playing on, and do not make every investment that you're in a fight against the system. If you understand, and you should by now understand how the system is working, design your plays around the system that you know. I will fight it with AMC, but everything else I'm trying to make money on. I'm not listening to anybody's stupid price targets. I get in early, I make my profit, and I get out. That's what I would have done with MMTLP. Now, maybe that was their one play that they wanted to fight. I respect anybody that's trying to fight, but not every single investment I have is going to be a fight, because I'm not going to live that long. But maybe one day we'll get lucky. There's nothing wrong, guys, with recognizing the matrix you're stuck in and playing within it. How much debt is AMC in, Jay? Just over $5 billion at the moment. I'm just counting debt. I'm not counting the lease liabilities. That's not really debt. That is accounting. They're forced to show it on there. Long-term lease liabilities show up on the balance sheet, but that is because there was an accounting rule change. I forget how many years ago, and you got to show your long-term lease liabilities. It looks like debt, but you pay your leases every month. That's just an expense. But in interest of shareholders knowing, what is the obligation on those leases, they changed the accounting rules. So you got to show lease obligations and long-term liabilities. Debt is borrowings that you borrowed that you got to pay back. Just over $5 billion. George says, Tony, stop making me feel like shit. I didn't sell MMTLP. I'm not trying to make you feel like shit. But I did say the entire time running up to $10, I told you guys when to sell it. And I said, if you don't want to sell it, you want to ride it into the grave, you're going to be faced with a legal battle. So you guys had the choice, and I respect your choice, but I would have taken the money. DeSantis. Yeah, thank you, Mike. I was having a brain fart there. Ron DeSantis is backed by Ken Griffin, and I like Ron DeSantis. He seems a little more rational. I like Trump too, but Ron seems a little more rational than Trump. But I don't know if I can get behind him if he's going to be in bed with Ken Griffin. I sent him a message, tweeted him, no response. I would, as we get closer to the elections, I'm going to be asking you guys to put pressure on him, but it's probably too late at this point. He's already been bought and paid for. How many other companies are $5 billion in debt, Mike? That's a drop in the bucket compared to some companies. AMC, where they went wrong, they were looking at the numbers in 2018, 2019. They said, we want to become the biggest player, knock out some of these other guys. They took on debt, additional debt to buy big chains. And that was probably a multi-year play to grow the company and watch the industry keep growing. But streaming services really started coming on strong. And then they got hit with 2020 where everything shut down. So that plan did not work out. I've done that in some of my businesses, made big investments. And then the last one that happened to me was in 2008. I got absolutely hammered buying a bunch of assets, and then my income went to zero on that business. I didn't have shareholders to sell shares to. I got raked over the coals, but I had years and years of data showing me that the investment I was making was smart. And then something out of the blue happens. Wall Street fucks us over with the real estate market and the economy crashes. I think that they, just like myself, they had reasonable plan and it didn't go their way. And now they're fighting their way out of that hole, but the debt can be paid off. Competitors are filing for bankruptcy. Almost every single major, not every single one, but many of their major competitors filed for bankruptcy. AMC chose not to. I don't think they plan on filing for bankruptcy. They're going to slog their way out of it. You're going to have more dilution. They'll raise more money. They'll pay it down. They'll get a discount on that debt because they can right now. And that's why I don't use the word MOAS, because yes, if there is a price run up, I'm telling you right now, CEO Handbook, Chapter 1, if you have dilution available to you, sell shares in a run up. I feel quite confident if the price runs up and they have shares available, they're going to sell it. They're going to sell shares. That will put a ceiling on your MOAS. Depending on how fast the squeeze is, and if you're nimble enough, you can get out hopefully with some profit. But I'm not going to be telling anybody in here, knowing what I know about what CEOs do, that you're going to see $100,000, $500,000. If the catalyst were so cataclysmic that we unearth every malfeasance that they're doing, you could have very, very high prices, higher than I could imagine. But if it's just a normal squeeze, let's say 70, 80, 100, 500, the company is going to be selling shares into that. So that will tamp it down a little bit. Best case scenario for all of us is that something catastrophic happens to hedge funds. And they all get exposed and it rockets up faster than anybody can react, including the company. If you have that moment, take that moment. Don't be shy. Nobody's gonna be upset that you sold it. Let's just pick a number. No one's gonna be upset that you sold it 1,000 instead of 100,000. Just saying. You know by now what your number is. I'm not holding for any pie in the sky number. This is another play just like any other one that I'm in. When I have a healthy profit, I'll be moving on. George says, you did tell us about MMTLP. You mentioned to me when the price was around $10. Also didn't sell my SHIB being 700% up. I would say, George, take those as lessons not to listen to YouTubers telling you lofty price targets, and recognize that our base instinct as retail traders is to be greedy. You had 2 lessons there with MMTLP and SHIB. I call that paying tuition in the college of life, the university of life. Recognize the mistakes you made and don't do it again. A lot of people give me shit for being conservative, but I'd rather be conservative and take profits than be a bag holder. I've made all those mistakes, George, many times in my 20s. I'm damn near 90 years old now, George. I don't got time for mistakes. Always be taking profits, guys. You'll never feel bad when you see green in the bank. A lot easier to wake up the next day. Galen, I have some Hellbiz also. If Hellbiz is dropping on Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be out. I'll take a little loss and not even think twice about it. If, however, enough people are pumping it, the clickbait channels, I call them, and the clickbait influencers on Twitter, if people are pumping it and it starts gaining momentum, I could see it going to $2 or $3. I'm not saying that's a price target for you. I'm just saying they have, you saw the video, they have convertible notes at 15 and 25 cents. That's already scary that it might not be able to go over 26 cents. But once they sell all those shares and convert them, if people are still interested in it, it might be able to run. We're just going to have to see how it goes. If it starts tanking, I'll take a loss and be out. This is not a play for me to hang out and shoot the moon, Hellbiz. I'm only in it counting on other people being loco and still buying it. People that don't listen to this channel. If they run it up, I'll be on for the ride, and then I'll hop off. Hector says George didn't sell a $10 preferred share and now owns an oil and gas company worth $50. See, my analysis on that, Hector, and you don't have to agree with me, but if it was worth $50, the preferred shares would have been priced at $50. The market is not that inefficient. I know, naked shorting, shorts. But there are enough smart people on Wall Street that if it was worth $50, they would have bought it at 10, 12. They would have seen the opportunity for it to rise to 50.
Levi, get in here. Levi. Come on, Levi.
I see Scarlett letting the dogs out. All right, ladies and gents, did we make the hour mark? 12:37. We surpassed it by 7 minutes. 8 minutes. One last question. Make it a good one. Juicy says, always be closing. Blazin says, Tony, do you remember a few months back when Market Watch or some analyst gave AMC a fair market value of 30 or something a share? How do you think that's changed? I don't remember that. I think that, based on Morningstar, a website that I pay for, I think let me just pull it up. Let's do it live. I forget. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. It's not $30. It's lower than that. But that will change if they pay off some of the debt. The valuation will change. This is a computer model. It's got some uncertainty in it, but they have the fair value of AMC at $10.20. That's not including APE. That's probably reasonable considering where we're at in the movie cycle, not being back up to 11 billion on box office yet and carrying 5 billion in debt. What will change that? Getting debt off the balance sheet. And remember, fair value has nothing to do with a squeeze price target. That's just like looking at the financials of the company and the prospects of the company. Oh, let's look back though. Back here. Oh, that was at the peak. They had fair value at $41 in July of 2021. Even though, I mean, things were even worse back then. They were worse. They were worse in that we had less movies and less box office revenue, but we had a shit ton of cash on the balance sheet. That's probably why it was so high. That was right after they sold all those shares and booked a couple billion in cash. So you could see fair value rise if debt gets paid off and cash comes in to the company through selling shares. You could see that fair value rise back up. That's why I say, be careful who you're listening to. Not everybody out there thinks like Wall Street thinks. They're looking at the financials. They're looking at the balance sheet. Raising cash can be a good thing. Paying off debt can be a good thing in how Wall Street and institutions look at a favorable price for this stock. Tyler B says, remember, every stock is down in the dumps. It's not AMC specific. Amen. Ask Kathy Woods how she feels about all her picks. Ask what was it that I saw? Tiger hedge fund. They're in dire trouble. They're losing like $180 million a day right now. Lord. Andrew says, market crash or market run, which gives us a better chance of a squeeze? Andrew, I say market run. I see a scenario where in a market crash, if some hedge funds were taken out, is there a possibility that things could get topsy-turvy? Yes, but if a hedge fund goes bankrupt, there's a waterfall of where those obligations move to. They're not just going to, the prime broker might have to close them out. There is a scenario in a market crash where things could get spicy, but I think it's an easier, more realistic expectation for me that interest rates start going down, the economy starts recovering, institutional money starts flowing back in to all stocks, that you could see this price push up. Right now, big money's just fleeing equities for the last year. And that is why everything is falling. Meanwhile, we got the movie industry recovering, more movies coming out in 2023 than the year before or the year before that. And we have some interesting new avenues of revenue, popcorn specifically. I do not care about credit cards. All right, George, I will check your DM. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Get up early if you're playing some of these speculative plays. I would say get up early as soon as you can. These really, really speculative plays, I like to buy them on Webull, like Hellbiz or GNS, because some of them spike in the first 30 minutes. Like that's like 4:30 a.m. my time. Some of them, like GNS, run all the way through pre-market, but you want to have that head start. If you're in a meme play where you're counting on high short interest, you don't want those on a payment for order flow. But if you're just swing trading some little piece of shit stock, Webull is a pretty good platform for giving you very long extended hours, very early trading. The bad thing is it makes you get up really early. Gus says, wouldn't separating the reverse split from the conversion be in Adam Aaron's best interest instead of together? Chapter 2 of the CEO Handbook, Gus. He'll do the conversion, and then he'll do the reverse split. And then with chapter 2, he will do a dilution right after the reverse split. Good luck if you're in WISA. Go read my community tab post. I'm not in that play. I do have some hell biz. I'm not recommending it. It is speculative as hell. Get up early and watch it. If it's running tomorrow, I'll come in and talk about it with you guys. All right. I'm going to call it a night. Go try and catch a few Z's. You guys do the same. Be good to one another. Please don't fight. We need less drama. We all got the same end goal. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Let's talk about the DD and stop the personal attacks. I'd like to see more of that. Everybody's here to make money. Well, some of them are here just to shit talk people, but for those of you that are here to make money, let's focus on being positive. Love you guys. Have a good night.